We are live. We are live. I am the H-Town Vet, and I would like to welcome you to the live stream. As you come into the room, say hi. Let us know your branch of service and the state or country that you're living in. We're going to have a wonderful broadcast tonight. We're going to cover some important information. We're going to dispel some myths. We're going to get right down to the business. You understand? Come on in. Let us know you're here. We're all family. Okay, we got a few people in already. Okay, we have James, Army, Alabama. James, I'm gonna show myself at the beginning of the broadcast, and I'm gonna show myself toward the end also. Sometime when I'm doing the presentation, I like everybody to be focused. I don't want to be a distraction. My face might scare some people. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm the H-Town Vet, and I'm Army. For those who are coming to the room and don't know, Army. Let me put this in the chat. And my home state, in the state I currently live in, is Texas. Last night we talked about the benefits from being in Texas, and we asked the question, is Texas the GOAT when it comes to veteran benefits? And so we were trying to discover this and trying to find out, what states offer certain benefits so we can get informed. And we learned a lot last night, even myself. Now, as we said, let us know your branch of service, state or country that you're living in. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me know how the sound is. Does it sound okay? Is the music too loud? Let us know. The top 100. We're going to talk about the top 100% when it comes to VA disability compensation. So you're in store for it right now. Now, when you're dealing with 100%, thank you, James, for telling us that the sound was good. We appreciate that. Now, when we're dealing with 100% ratings, it's often an issue of confusion because of the way they're explained. They're usually explained very separate and like they have no correlation or relationship to each other. Every 100% is not created equal, and they have different functions and a different purpose. So you need to understand that. Okay? Now, in dealing with 100% ratings, there are 4 types. I know you've heard from different people that there's 5 types, 7 types, there are 2 types. There are 4 types of 100% ratings. So we're going to cover that tonight. We're going to dispel all of the myths. And if anybody have any questions, that's why I have it where you can contact me. You can say something in the chat, give your opinion. This is an exchange. And eventually we're going to set it up if you want to call in or a video conference. When I learn how to do this technology, we're going to do that too. So this is a dialogue. This is not a one-sided argument. You have a right to speak. Like we say, the first 100% really is the temporary 100%. And that's a permanent rating. Now, correction, is a temporary 100%, and that is a temporary rating, and it's in its name. Now, then you have IU, which is a temporary rating. Then you have TDIU, which is a permanent rating. and you have 100% permanent and total, and in the name, it lets you know that it is a permanent rating. Let us continue. Now, if you haven't done it already, we would appreciate if you do. I've come up with a scale that has a range of percentages, and this is of my own making. So I want to ask you, if you don't mind letting us know in the chat, what disability range of percentage are you currently in? Let us know. If you don't want to, that's okay. Currently, we're going to start with percentage ranges from 0 to 20%. That's low. Moderate is 30% to 50%. That's moderate, right? You know, that's a real decent percentage. Any percentage is good from 0, to be honest with you. Then we're going to talk about considerable ratings. That's from 60 to 90%. That's very good. And then the ratings of high ratings are temporary 100% and IU. Then the ultimate ratings, that if you get this rating, you where you need to be. That is 100% permanent and total, or TDIU, which stands for total disability, individual unemployability. We got Yendell. She says she's considerable. She's Army, Texas. If you get an opportunity, watch our video from last night. We missed you, Yendell. I know you have a life, and I'm kind of sporadic when I come on the live streams. We're going to try to be more consistent with that. Now, the H-Town vet, he wants you to get, let me correct this. The H-Town vet is ultimate. Now, it took me a long time to get to this. It was hard. I didn't understand ratings. I didn't understand how they worked. I didn't understand the VA process, but I learned, okay? Now when you're looking at this, I want you to look at something else. If you don't have a rating, where would you like to be? Would you like to be between let's say a 10% and a 90%? Because that usually doesn't affect your ability to work. They really start calling you in and evaluating you when you start having high ratings and ultimate ratings, meaning temporary 100% IU. And yes, now I want you to hear, this is where we're going to dispel the myth tonight. Even if you have 100% permanent and total rating, or TDIU, which is a permanent rating also, the VA can and has called people in for evaluations. They will do that. So whoever tells you that if you have a permanent and total rating that you won't be evaluated, I'm going to give you the facts and the information that you need that's coming from document, and you can find this for yourself, okay? Now, let's move on, and we appreciate your participation tonight. Now, for the most part, most people, their ultimate goal is to get 100% permanent and total rating. I understand. That is wonderful. That's what I have. And I would like everybody to have it. But that's not the only rating that you can get at the 100% level that's permanent. You can also get TDIU, as we discussed. But when you're dealing with 100% permanent and total rating, this is a scheduler rating. I want you to understand, meaning your conditions, either you have one for 100% or you have several conditions that combine to 100%, that add up to 100%. This is what we're talking about here. So I need you to understand that. Now this is the clarity. Now, that's why I say you need to come here to the H-Town Vet, because you're going to get the information that you're not going to get anywhere else. I'm breaking it down on one page and giving you the different ratings and how they fall into their categories, okay? Somebody have a comment? We got John. We got our brother. We got our brother John, U.S. Navy, Louisiana now. Okay, John, we're glad to have you in the building. We're glad you're here. We hope you come back. Uh, definitely sign up. Subscribe, and y'all click on the notifications for the live stream so you'll know when the next live stream will be broadcast. Now let's get back to what we're doing. But we're glad you're here, John. Now, the first rating is a temporary 100%. Temporary 100% is a rating that you get for certain conditions that they know after a while that they're going to improve. All right. It's based on some type of surgery, some type of condition that you have that they consider temporary. Now we got a Thomas in here. Look, hold on. We got some good. Let's see what John said. Well, we're gonna get to you. Let me finish this up, and I'm gonna get y'all comments. Now that's a temporary rating. Okay. With a temporary rating, it's going to be a certain time period. It's expected that the condition will improve. Then there's 100%, but it is a scheduled 100%, meaning you have a temporary 100%. You're not just paid at 100%, you're 100%, but it's not permanent. Remember, permanent mean what? Not likely to improve, static. So it's not that. It's total because you're paid at the 100% rate. And it's schedular because you're getting paid an actual 100%. Your percentage is considered 100%. It's just temporary. Then there's 100% permanent and total. So let's deal with the P and the T here. What's the difference? Well, when you have that P and T, P means permanence, meaning your condition is static, not likely to improve. Total means you're paid at the 100% rate. This is how that works, okay? Total means you're paid at the 100% rate. Your condition is totally disabling. That's what it means. Your condition is totally disabling. But permanent, yeah, and it means you're paid at the 100% rate also. But it's meaning your condition is totally disabling, so you're paid at the 100% rate. Now, that's the first two types of 100%. Now we're going to talk about the last two types of 100%, but they both fall under unemployability. I need you to get this clear because I've kind of have to make sure that I keep it clear in my terminology because I've been known to go back and forth with the term I use. But in unemployability, there are two types. You have IU, which is individual unemployability, which is a temporary rating. It is a temporary rating. And you have TDIU, which is total disability, individual unemployability, which is a permanent rating, similar to 100% permanent and total. The only difference between TDIU and 100% permanent and total is, well, there's several differences, but the main two differences I would say are TDIU, you're not actually 100%. You're paid at the 100% rate, but you might be between between 60 and 90%. Okay? And we're going to talk more about that. And the other difference is that it has work restrictions. Either you're going to have to work in a sheltered environment or below the poverty level, which is about $15,000. Okay, we discussed this when we talked about TDIU in another video. Please go back and look at our live stream, and we also have another video that talks about this. Now that we've described the four types of 100% in general, we're going to go being more specific about this. But let's check in. John Lowe now got a few claims about to file. Okay, now if you're about to file, what we'd like you to do, John, file an intent to file so you can lock in your back pay date. Okay, this will be a critical thing. Get the intent to file form, look it up online, file it. You don't have to claim anything right now. All you have to do is lock in your date. And then when you get ready to file your claim, file all your claims at one time, and they'll all fall under that intent to file. Please submit that. Okay, he said he did the intent to file on May 25th. Incredible. Incredible, John. Thank you. Now let's get to Thomas. Thomas, U.S. Army, New York, Tri-State area, Connecticut. Glad to have you in here, John. Now let us continue. Keep commenting, because once I finish a slide, I'm going to catch your comments. Now, it doesn't matter if you are a temporary 100%. It doesn't matter if you are 100% permanent total. It doesn't matter if you IU, which is individual unemployability. It doesn't matter if you're TDIU, total disability, individual unemployability. They all pay at the same rate. They don't necessarily offer the same benefits. They don't necessarily offer the same protections. That's where they differ, but they all pay at the 100% rate. Like I told you, this video is going to get some straightening done up in here. Now, here we go. Now, I want you to understand something. We're going to clarify this temporary, permanent thing. We're going to talk about temporary ratings and permanent ratings. This is going to be clarified tonight. Now, let's see what Thomas said. He said, I was on your last live chat last week. Okay, Thomas, I think I remember. You know, I got memory issues now, Thomas. You know what I'm saying? So I apologize, my brother. I remember the name. I should remember the name. So thank you. Now, temporary and permanent ratings. Now, let's talk about temporary ratings. So please follow us here. Even temporary ratings like IU are protected from reduction if you have the rating for 20 years straight. So if you have an IU unemployability rating for 20 years, any rating that you have for 20 years is locked in. If you have a 10% rating for 10 years, it's locked in. Let's say you got 30% rated 3 or 4 years later. But once you have that for 20 years straight without reduction, it's locked in. Now, when it comes to temporary ratings, that they're going to call you in for what? A re-examination. That's what I want you to understand. That when you're dealing with temporary ratings, there's going to be a future exam. The condition is considered likely to improve. Okay? That's why you're going to have re-examinations. That's why a temporary 100%, they're going to call you in for a reevaluation because of the condition. They believe that they know it's going to get better either through treatment or a surgery. And we're going to talk about examples of those. IU, they saying that your unemployability, individual unemployability is likely to improve. That's another temporary rating. Now let's continue. Now, we were alluding to this a little earlier. Temporary ratings are not protected ratings. The VA can call you in at any time to reevaluate you, and they could either give you a reduction, they could give you an increased rating, or your rating could stay the same. But when it comes to permanent ratings, and you know, these ratings, of course, are what? Temporary 100% or temporary ratings, and individual unemployability is a temporary rating. But when you're dealing with permanent ratings, they have more protection, not total protection, but more protection. Please follow me. Whoever tells you that 100% permanent and total cannot be reduced don't know what they're talking about. That's why you need to come here to the H-Town Vet to get that real knowledge, because I had to hit a lot of walls listening to people telling me bogus information. And when the bogus information didn't pan out for me, I was the only one left holding the bag. You understand? Now, permanent ratings have more protections, but it's not a total protection. The only way you can have a total protection if you had a rating for 20 years straight without interruption, right? Even then, if they find that you committed fraud, they can take it away from you. The only way you can lose a rating after 20 years is that you committed fraud. Now, let's see. We're going to move on to here. So The reason they're considered temporary ratings because they believe that the condition will improve going forward in the future. Now, that's why temporary 100%, you have surgery, you have a knee replacement, a hip replacement. Yeah, you got a knee replacement, and they say we're gonna give you a temporary 100% for a whole year, but we're gonna come back and reevaluate you at that point. And once you have improved, they may not take all your disability away, but they might reduce you and pay you what they call the residuals. When it comes to individual unemployability, on the one to the right in the green, what they saying, you can't work even though your condition is not good, bad enough for them to pay you at 100% rate, totally disable you. They're saying with individual unemployability, you have a rating less than 100%, but you can't work. So they're paying you at the 100% rate, but it's a temporary rating. And so they're going to reevaluate you to see if you can work after time. Now, they might see that you can work and reduce you back down to the percentage you had before, or they might keep it the same and keep you with individual unemployability, or they might increase you to a permanent and total rating, either TDIU or 100% permanent and total. What I would suggest that you do, please listen closely. You can play this live stream back 100 times. You're going to learn something new every time, because this is through hard knocks experience. I learned this. What you need to do right before they give you the reevaluation, you need to be getting your evidence together. I always say plan one step ahead. Don't wait on the VA to call you. When they getting ready to call you, you do a preemptive strike and you file for an increased rating of 100% permanent and total. You ask them for what you want. So before they send you to an evaluation for unemployability, you want that next level. You file for 100% permanent total. That's how you do that. Now, any questions so far, let us know. When you're dealing with this and you go in with IU, or which is individual unemployability, temporary unemployability, or temporary 100% rating, they're looking for continuous improvement. It ain't enough that you improve just a little bit, but then you fell back down and got worse. They want to see that over a protracted period of time that your condition has gotten better. So you'll go from being disabled, and they'll say you're able to do this now, you're able to do that. That's why you fight to keep your benefits. Now, next, what we're going to be dealing here. Now, let's talk about this permanent issue. It does not completely protect you from reduction unless you've had it for 100% for 20 straight years. Now, as long as you paid at the 100% rate for 20 straight years, it don't matter whether it's permanent total, whether it's temporary 100%, whether it's TDIU or IU. If you had it locked in for 20 years, you straight. Now, I want you to understand, even though I didn't put it on the board, what are we saying here about permanent ratings? That means your condition is static, not likely to improve, and these are the important things, and usually been in existence for at least 5 years. Now, I can tell you about the so-called rules, the 5-year rule, and we'll talk more about this later. I'll have a video about this. The 5-year rule, it means if you have a condition for 5 years straight, the VA cannot reduce you unless they give you 2 examinations. So if you have one examination that said they should reduce you, they have to have at least 2 examinations before they can reduce you when you have your condition in place for at least 5 years. So I would wait, if you got a good rating, before you file for an increase, because once you file for an increase or open up another claim, they can look at all of your claims, not just the one that you're filing on. Remember that. Now, so the 10-year rule, now I want you to understand this. They don't break this down to you much. The 10-year rule say, I got PTSD. So once I got PTSD, Lord, 20 years ago. So follow me here. So let's say I got PTSD back in 2004, right? I've had it for 20 years now. So guess what? Because I've had it for, let me go back to the 5-year rule. So it'll make sense with the dates. So me having it since 2004, once I made 5 years, which made 2009, that means they would have to call, if they want to call me in for a reevaluation, they could, I mean, if they gave me an evaluation saying I should be reduced, they'd have to have 2 to do that by 2009. That was my 5 years. Now at the 10-year mark, guess what happened at the 10-year mark? 10-year mark, they can't take your service connection away. So they cannot take it away at 10 years. So I became 10 years, let's say in 2000, what's 10 years from 2004? 2014. So in 2014, I became, I met the 10-year rule. That means they can't take away my PTSD, but they can reduce me down to 0%. Did you understand what I just said? So they can't take your service connection, but they can put you at 0% where you ain't getting paid no money for it. So those are 2 protections. Now, so 2004, 2014, 2024. So let's say I had, once I get 100%, I got that back in, let's say I got the 100% back in 2010. All right, so now that I got it for 2010, 2020, 2030, around 2030, they can't mess with me. Once I've had that paid at 100% rate since 2010. So the first part was unemployability. Then it was permanent total. It don't matter. As long as they paid me at the 100% rate for 20 years straight, they can't touch it. So from 2010 to 2030, that means that the VA won't be monitoring me anymore. Now, let us move on. Understand, when you're dealing with the permanent ratings, these are bad to worse. They're extremely severe conditions. You have trouble actually working. You have trouble functioning in life, day-to-day life with your family, going to the grocery store, things like this. Some are so bad, they qualify for SMC, okay? These are ratings that's extra scheduler ratings, that some of them, you get paid so high, they don't give you the regular VA money no more. Some of them could be as high as $7,000 or $9,000. Now, let's move on. So these permanent ratings are the most severe. That's why there's no reevaluation schedule. Static. Now let's deal with static. When something is static, that means it's not moving. That's what makes your condition permanent, not likely to improve, because when they look at it, they say it's in the same place it was 5 years ago. It's in the same place it was 15 years ago. So those are static ratings. Anybody have any of that on their paperwork that they say that your condition is static? If you have a permanent rating or TDIU or 100% permanent total, check on your, guess what you're going to look on? Your VA code sheet. Your VA code sheet. Now let's read, I'm going to give everybody a chance. I'm going to put it up here. Read what our brother Tony Cassie said. Look here. Now, Tony, I can't say your last name. I'm going to say Tony C, brother. Now, Tony C said, I have a temporary 100% for prostate cancer. Excellent, excellent, brother, because that's our example tonight. And we want you to give us some information and let us know, because we're going to use Tony. I hope you can stick around, because we're about to talk about the 4 types in detail. So I appreciate you being here. I have a temporary rating, 100% for prostate cancer. I recently received a proposal to reduce to 40% based on residuals. So I filed a hearing as an as I appear to meet the rating standards of a minimum of 60%. Had a brother that was just like that. He had 100% based on prostate cancer. They were paying him a temporary 100% because they knew after they believed after the surgery, the prostate, they removed his prostate, then they were gonna they usually give you a year and they reduce you. Well, they want to reduce him to about 40 or 60%. And they send you out a thing. It's called a proposal. Am I right, Tony? You just said it, a proposal. That what they're proposed to do, they got to let you know this. Well, what he was able to get a higher rating of 80% because he had incontinence, so he had to wear diapers. Okay, no shame in the game. The more diapers he needed, the higher his percentage. By how many diapers or whatever you have to do, other residuals, side effects of the surgery, anything that hurts you like that you can get a higher rating. And then all you have to do is file for unemployability or 100% permanent total. He ended up getting his 100% back when we fought for it. Matter of fact, we filed for it while they was doing the proposal. So while they're doing a proposal, I think you got to wait till the proposal is over. You can't refute that, but already be getting your paperwork together for a higher rating. Already get all your evidence together. Now let's see what else Tony's saying. Have not heard any more on that. Nah, what I want you to do, Tony, is get all your evidence together. You need something showing that your condition is static and not likely to improve, and that is total. So you need to find the symptoms at the 100% rate. We used in one of our videos, we used the fact that there are certain, when it comes to post-traumatic stress disorder, there are certain symptoms that are at the 100% rate. You need to find, for the conditions that you're diagnosed with, get a copy of your problems list, which is at the VA hospital, and find those that you're service connected for, and find any of those conditions that show symptoms at the 100% level. Every condition that the VA pay for, compensate for, they have, not all of them have 100% ratings, but you can find the ones that do. And if you have any of those, find the symptoms at the 100% level, get a doctor to say whether you have those symptoms, submit that paperwork to the VA. Is that all right? So glad to have you here, Tony. So glad. Now, let's move on. If this video has been informative, please like, share with others, please, and subscribe. It really will help the channel. Now we're going to talk about the first one. The first one, and we're going to break all of this down. The first one is a temporary 100%. Now we're going into detail what makes it a temporary 100%, Tony, your condition. Now we're going to explain that you're going to have a future examination. The condition was likely to improve. We're talking about the prostate cancer, but this could also be a knee replacement or other things. Reduction, but paid for side effects and residuals. This is what Tony is talking about. They're going to reduce him because they're going to pay him for the residuals. But Tony's saying, no, I'm going to fight this because I want more money for the residuals. And we're going to show if you can get at least 60%, then you can turn around and file for unemployability, Tony. Yes, indeed. And y'all look at that. Look at that for a second. Look at those symptoms there. I mean, the description of temporary 100%. Now, that's why it's temporary, because it can't be reduced. Now, look at what my example is, Tony. It's prostate cancer. And we appreciate you being here because we need you to help us, because you experienced it. You're going to have more knowledge on the getting compensated, getting a temporary rating on it. So if you have anything you want to input, we really would appreciate it. Anything that you learn that's unique to having a temporary rating. Let me ask you this here, Tony, since you're in here, if you don't mind answering. Do you get the chapter 35? Do you get the benefits. What's the other one? What about the CHAMP VA healthcare for your family members? Do they give you that if you're temporary 100%? I'm not too clear on that. I know they do. They don't do it for IU, which is a temporary rating. And can you get the property tax exemption if you have a temporary 100%? Let us know in the chat. Now, dealing with prostate, here's what Tony was talking about. Once your condition is if they do the chemotherapy or the prostate prostate surgery, and if it improves, they get rid of the prostate and the cancer, then they're gonna reduce your percentage. That's what we've been talking about. Now, let us move on. But understand, now knee replacement is another one. When you're dealing with knee replacement, somebody told me they've kind of changed about this. Please, if you know, let me know. But if you get a knee replacement, surgery and rehab, you get 100% for at least 1 year. Okay? Now let's move on. If you if you're in the military, they have what you call pre-stabilization ratings, meaning that you're still in the military, but you're gonna file a claim with the VA hospital. That's what if you have any family members that are in there and they want to get paid at the 100% for at least a year or two, I think it's 1 year, when they get out, they go before the medical board, the military medical board, but they also need to file a claim with the VA regional office, or they have a representative from the VA that'll come to the base and help you. They need both of those. Remember that. If you have any family members, children, or nieces, nephews, or brothers or sisters, let them know about the. And that's why people be saying there's more than four types of 100%. It's not. Pre-stabilization ratings fall under temporary ratings. They're not their own. Now this is going to be for about anybody. If you stay in the hospital for 21 days, if you are hospitalized at the VA for 21 days or more, they're going to pay you at 100% rate. And I think that lasts, I forget, about a month. I forget how long that lasts once you get out. Now let's see what Tony, our brother Tony, is saying here. My residuals are incontinence, frequent urination. Yes, you need to document, keep a log of how often at night you have to wake up and go to the restroom. You need to let them know that you can't drive but so much before you have to go to the restroom that it causes stress in your family if y'all driving places and you got to know there's going to be a restroom. Tell them any accidents you've had. Let them know all that. You need to keep a log of this, and you need to submit that log, the frequency of these occurrences. Real good. Now, dealing with PTSD. I don't know if I mentioned this the other night. If you are hospitalized for 6 months or more for mental health at the VA hospital, you're going to come out with 100% for a year. They're going to give you 100% for a year. Now, that's another, what you call temporary rating, but you need to be fighting to make that permanent, because if you hospitalized for a year, you get those records of why you was hospitalized and look for any symptoms that say that you are hallucinating, delusional, that you don't keep your hygiene up. These are all symptoms at the 100% rate. Okay? Now, let's see what our brothers say here, and then we're going to get us to our sister, Yendale. Now, our brother Tony says this. Once you receive a proposal, it states in the letter, if you do not agree that I can file for a hearing. So I gathered the information and did that right away. Now, what we want you to do in the meanwhile, or the interim, what we want you to do before you get to that hearing is gather up as much information you can. Go get a doctor that's a specialist on your knee to say if this is going to affect your ability to work and if the condition is most likely permanent in nature or static. We need to use these buzzwords, and you take that information into the hearing. You may need to get an outside doctor to do this, but it can be done, my brother. Now, let's see what our sister Yandel is talking about. She say knee replacement, 4 months recovery. Wow. Now, let me ask you, did you get that 100%, Yandel? Did they give you 100% for a year? Let me know how that worked. Now, remember the mental health. If you're in there for 6 months, you can get that temporary 100%. Now, let's move on. Now, what about 100% total, permanent and total rating? What about that? This is our second type of 100%. Now, hold on. I'm going to pull my face up so y'all know I'm here. For those you come in, this is the H-Town Vet, and we're glad that you're here. I'm a real person. I'm not AI. I'm a black man from Houston, Texas. I'm a Southern man, and here I am. This is the real thing, but I just want to bring up the whole screen so y'all can see it. This is me, because they got all this AI stuff. You can't copy this. Now, here we go. 100% permanent total. We talked about a temporary 100%, which was a scheduler rating. Now we're talking about 100% permanent total, which is a scheduler rating, meaning you're actually 100%. Either you have one condition that's 100%, or you have a combination of conditions that add up to 100%. Remember that a temporary 100% is a scheduler rating. Remember that 100% permanent total is a scheduler rating. Now, I want to ask you, Tony. He said no, but I live alone. Okay, you don't get the benefit. So, Tony, let me ask you this here. You don't get the tax break either? Let's see what our brother's saying here. You're doing a great job. Okay, you're doing a great job. My brother keeps pushing out that information. Thank you. Thank you. See, Thomas, you keep bringing, you're making my head big. You're blowing my head up. I already was born. My mom was in labor about 6 hours dealing with this Thomas waterhead. Here we go. Thomas, my water, dealing with my waterhead, Thomas. Now, here we go. What are we saying? No property tax exemption in my state unless 100% permanent total. I really would like to, what state was that? What state you tell us you were from? Our brother told us, let us know again what state you're from, Brother Tony. Your state and branch of service if you did. But at least let us know, because you might have told us already. But let us know your state, because it's 20 states you have to be permanent total to get the total tax exemption on your property tax exemption on your house. Thank y'all for telling me I'm doing a good job. I need my confidence boosted, because I'm over here by myself, so I don't know how it's coming across to y'all on the other end. Thank you. Now let's deal with this second one. We deal with a temporary 100%. Now we're dealing with 100% permanent and total. Now let's see what they'll say. I did not have knee replacement, but I know someone who has I can't say meniscus, some kind of surgery, MENISCUS surgery, and received 2 months at the 100% rate, SMC housebound. Okay, so they went SMC route with you to get your 100%. They did that for a couple of months. So you didn't have total knee replacement. Understand. That clears some things up. Thank you. And we're glad to have you back, Yandel. Now, this is what you need to remember. I want you to read this. Y'all need to read these so you'll understand it. Read that 100% permanent total. These are the things that it gives you, because we're going to see something in a minute that the VA don't even go by their own rules. Now, condition is static. If you're 100% permanent total, your condition is static, right? Conditions meaning unchanging. Static meaning it's staying in the same place. It's bad and it's bad in one place. It's like a bad relationship. It's like I told my ex, baby, this ain't going nowhere. We're in the same situation. Unlikely to improve. No future reexamination scheduled. Now you see that slick talk. No future examination scheduled. I have to let you know that because they're gonna tell you no future evaluations or reevaluations. No future reexamination scheduled. H-Town Vet put that on the end. That don't mean that they're not gonna schedule one. It's just not one on the calendar right now. And it's most likely that they're not gonna schedule you, but it has happened, and we're going to go over that in a minute. Now let's see what our brother said. I am currently receiving SMCS and SMCK, but I believe I will lose the SMCS once my 100% rate is reduced. Now that's a possibility. I'm glad you letting us know about. We're going to try to learn more about this. I'm gonna have to look that up, okay? Because we're learning a lot of information because of all these different scenarios and situations that veterans find themselves in. Thank you for being so open with us, Ian Dale and Tony, and all of the family. Now let's talk more about 100%. Now this one here, we're gonna put this to rest. If you're 100% permanent total, yes, you can work. TDIU, there are work restrictions. You can work. Here's the problem. You approve the work, but the VA, while you can work, the VA can use the job as evidence to reduce your rating. So meaning they're not going to stop you from working, but they can use that evidence to say, well, he's been working a long time. They can use it as evidence against you. Remember that. They can't stop you from working, but the VA can still use it as evidence. Does that make sense? That's crazy, ain't it? Now let's see what else she's saying. Ian Dale said, I'm TDIU PNT, H-Town Vet. I don't know if I should file for SMC. Now you need to see the requirements because there's just different kinds of SMC. Are you housebound? Do you need a constant care? Do you have a caregiver? Do you have trouble getting outside the house? Do you need people to prepare meals for you, help you with your showering and bathing? You need to see how bad it is, because if you're housebound, these are some of the requirements. And you would have to have your doctor fill out something showing that you're housebound. Oh, we got my brother Kevin in the house. I'm going to try not to cut up. Evening family. Kevin say, evening family. Let's see what our brother told me. Laugh out loud. I left my prostate in Houston. This man out of control. You need to take it on the road, Tony. Tony, you out of control, brother. He said, I left my prostate in Houston. That sounds like a good country song. All my exes live in Texas, which is kind of true for me. Now here we go. Let's see what Ian Dale say. I went from 89% to 94% waiting on 13 items to process. Now understand something, and I want this to be clear. Y'all may not understand what she said. What you mean 89%? With your percentages, they round up. So if you're 94, if you're 89%, they're going to round up to 90. If you are 94%, they're going to round down to 90. Okay? But once you get 95 or 96%, they round up to 100%. That's why when you have you have a 90% rating, it's hard to get a 100% rating because you would have to have a condition that's almost 100% by itself. Now, my brother's in the house, Haitian stock guy, you subscribe, and I thank you, my brother. Glad to have my Haitian stock guy in here. Got my Haitian brother in the house. Nothing but love for you, my brother. We dropping some real knowledge here. Now let's see what Ian Dale said. Said, Thomas, you need 60% top, 6% on top of your 100%. Okay. Now, when you get that, see what Ian Dale, I'm kind of ear hustling. I'm out hustling on y'all conversation. I do apologize. I should take that off the screen. But Ian Dale is saying a key point. When it comes to one SMC, if you have one condition, follow me here. One condition that's 100%. So I'm 100% for PTSD. If I had chronic fatigue that's 60%, or had a whole bunch of conditions above my PTSD 100%, that added up to 60%, then you can get an extra about, what is it, Yandel, about an extra $400 to $500 a month? Yes, you automatically qualify for it, but the VA may not tell you. So let me put how Yandel put it on it. 100% for SMC. That's the complete part of a conversation. And Tony say Arkansas. Okay. Let's see what the my Haitian brother said. I went to a mental health exam Thursday. You should have let me know, Haitian stock guy. Whatever they do, this is my specialty, brother, because I'm 100% for PTSD. We gonna get this thing. Let me know how it go. Whatever help you need from me, brother, we gonna be here. All I ask you for y'all to do, get the word out. Get the word out. All right. Now, what I ain't gonna say, when them brothers been asked about the Cash App, I got that set up. You want to throw a little something on it? Ain't no problem with that either. But ain't nowhere secret to go. Ain't nowhere you ain't got to sign up for nothing of this. You're gonna get all the information you need right here. Here we go. So Tony say Air Force, 1981 to 1985, during the Cold War. B-52 crewman chief. Man, I don't want to get up in no airplane, but I understand. Keep me on the ground, Tony. Respect. Thank you for your service, my brother. Now, John, what John's talking about here? Do they use having a full-time job against you, okay, at any rating or just 100%? And does having a full-time job has anything to do with when they rate you at any percent? Great question. So let me explain it like this here. Number one, if you 0 to 100%, 0 to 90%, they usually don't mess with you. They're not going to call you in for a reevaluation most time. Once you get paid at the 100% rate, either temporary 100%, 100% schedule, permanent total, they don't supposed to, but they do. TDIU or I think I said IU, individual unemployability, they usually call people in for reevaluations at the 100% rate. And you're going to find out which 100% rate do you think they call you in for reevaluations for the most? Somebody answer that for me. What I'm gonna put that in as a question, and then the answer to your second question, and does having a full-time job has anything to do when you're rating you? Yes. If you're trying to get 100% rating or unemployability rating, it's going to be hard to get paid at the 100% rate because you're saying that you're totally disabled. How are you totally disabled if you're working? Because the total disability is based on your ability not to work. There are some people that were working and got 100%, but that is rare. It's getting struck by lightning twice. Not impossible, but it has happened. Okay, but let's see where the Haitians start. That's right. You just contact with me. Let me ask you this here. Since they had temporary ratings and permanent ratings, I want to ask y'all what rating. I'm about to put a question in the chat here. So let me see. Let me get this here. Create this banner. What 100% rating? And I want y'all to think about this. Had the most evaluations according to IG report. And this was back in like 2019 report. 2019. I want y'all to guess, okay? You just have to guess. It's around 2019, 2017. I put 19. I want y'all to guess on this here. what 100% rating had the most reevaluations according to IG report in 2019? Was it temporary 100%? Was it individual unemployability? Was it TDIU, total disability, individual unemployability? Or was it 100% permanent total? Put your answer in the chat and we're going to continue on. Now let's see what the family's talking about here. He said, cross your fingers. We will. I hope you do well, my brother. But you're going to look at that Haitian stock guy, and if they don't give you a high rating, they're going to tell you what you need on your decision letter, what you need to get a high rating. Okay. Do they have, I think we answered this question. Okay. He said, thank you. Yendale say, in general, to qualify for the VA Special Monthly Compensation Program, veterans must, and see, Yendale gonna give you the information that you need. They must have a service-connected disability or disabilities rated at least 100%, or be housebound or required regular aid and attendance. So aid attendance or housebound, meaning somebody got to be there with you almost all the time. Now, and attendance, or have lost the use of a particular body part or body function. John say temporary. So he say temporary. So that means IU, TDIU. All right. IU and 100% temporary. So which ones you think? You say temporary. And John is in the house. My brother John is in the house. Much love. I'm glad to have a family here. Now let's continue. Remember that we're going to find out who was called in for the most evaluation. Now here's the report. Now I'm trying to see if it has a date on it. I don't see the date, but oh yeah, it was didn't realize that this was actually done in March 16, 2023. This was done recently. So I apologize. It wasn't 2019. It was last year. And what is the Office of Inspector General? They are the ones that monitor the VA. They are responsible for making sure the VA does their job. Veterans are still being required to attend unwarranted medical reexaminations for disability benefits. And unwarranted means that they don't supposed to call you in. Okay, let's see. Was just awarded an increase for mental health from 50 to 70%. Let me tell you something. Those of you with the mental health ratings, the H-Town vet is here for you. We know how to make this work, and you need to get your stuff together, and we're going to watch our video. We're going to do one on PTSD. That's probably going to be our next one. I have a video. You can go look on it, but we're going to do a live stream. We have a video called PTSD ratings. Go look at that. And I'll break it down in that video. The H-Town vet does. Because once you get to 70, all you can do is go to 100%. Now let's see what the report said. Now this might shock some of you. Office Inspector General. Yeah. In current VA facts, estimated unwarranted reexamination errors for establishing controls. Okay, so, just using fancy words. Let me try to take this banner down. So now, guess what? Disability is permanent and not likely to improve. How many errors did they make where they had people come in for reexamination? 1,901. 60% of them. So most of the ones that they called in was people that were 100% permanent total. You understand? Then the next one was the combined ratings not changed. So that's 1,188. That's 38%. The disabilities has not substantially improved over 5 years. That's 15%. Veterans over the age of 55. Veterans over 55 years of age, absent unusual circumstances, only 6%. When you're over 55, that's not a rule. That's just a guideline. They don't have to go by that. So it's not many. The disability evaluation is minimum level for the condition, 4%. The disability evaluation is 10% or less, only 4%. They going after the people with the big money, the people that are 100% permanent and total. I thought they're not supposed to call you in for evaluation if you're 100% permanent total or TDIU. But the Office of Inspector General found that they were breaking the rules. They were breaking the rules, and that's exactly who they was calling in. People that they weren't supposed to call in. Did they get punished at the VA for doing this? No. They got a slap on the wrist and gave them some instructions to be a good boy and girl and not to do that again. No repercussions for the veterans that lost their benefits when they weren't supposed to. Now let's see. Let's see here. Kevin said, I got a CMP exam for my high level review. Okay. Ian Dale said, TDIU, you must have one disability rated 60% or more than one disability for a combined rating of 70% and one of a rating, disability rating at least 40%. She's breaking that knowledge, and we're about to go over that too. You're always bringing that high five. Thank you. Now, I guess Tony's talking to somebody about his cancer. Now, I don't remember you, Dennis. Dennis in the house, TDIU. TDIU is a permanent rating. Look up here on the board. We're giving you knowledge that they're not giving anywhere else. If they're giving it to you, they're not breaking it down like the H-Town vet. That the VA been targeting people with a TDIU rating and 100% permanent and total rating. If you just come in, I want you to go back when you get done and watch this video when you get the opportunity, because it's all going to make sense. Why are they going after permanent and total ratings? Because not only are they giving you more money, you get the tax breaks, you get Chapter 35 educational benefits that they have to pay out. They get Champ VA healthcare. And sound like somebody over at the VA is hating on veterans with a permanent total rating. Now, let's see what he said. Temporary, like, had the most reevaluations. Like, no. Permanent. See what it says? Look in red. I hope y'all can see that. Let me know if y'all can see it. The chart. The disability is permanent and not likely to improve had the most reevaluations. The ones that are temporary, they're not even mentioned here, because they already know they can get you at any time. Remember, a lot of times when they going after people, even the police, they don't want the criminal, because the criminal gonna shoot back. They want an innocent person. They want somebody that deserves something. How many people get sued and you ain't never done nothing before? If they try to sue somebody that they supposed to sue, that person might have a good legal team because they know they get in trouble all the time. But for those people that saying, hey, I'm doing things right, you don't see it coming. That's the problem when you're permanent total. You think you can sit down, but on the cool, the VA been calling people in and they don't supposed to. So if they not keeping their word, this is not to make you paranoid. You just need to be informed. No, permanent. Now, let's see what we got here. Now, let's talk about unemployability. So we've done the first two. We've done temporary 100% ratings. That's one type of 100%. We've done 100% permanent total. Now, before we discuss the last two, we need to explain, because they fall under unemployability, we need to explain them. Okay? So unemployability simply means you can't work. You're unemployable. Okay? Let's see what's going on here. Now, this could be because of unprofessional behavior at the job. It could be because of physical limitations. It could be because you get violent and want to put hands on people because of your PTSD. If these things that keep you from working full time are making substantial gainful employment, because it ain't enough that you work. You have to be able to work enough to take care of yourself. If these things keeping you, you are unemployable. You understand? Now let's follow me. Let's see some of this unprofessional behavior. Look at this here and tell me what you think. Now she's supposed to be working, but she's distracted. She up there on the Instagram taking selfies and everything. Any type of behavior like that that's causing you where you get distracted. She was probably in the, she was in the military, and now she's doing our behavior. This can help you too when you get distracted. And even if you're overwhelmed, follow me here. Because of our conditions, we get confused, frustrated. When we overwhelmed, we don't like things close to us. We don't like people to be close to us. We get disorganized and overwhelmed. Now, that's another symptom that can make you unemployable. Now, if you are at least 60% because of your condition, let's say you have a back condition, you have migraines, and you have things that add up to at least a 60. You have one condition that adds up to a 60% rating. What then? This is what Yin Dale was talking about earlier. You are unemployable. Let's say to file for unemployability, you have to have at least a 60% rating, or you're going to get denied. Just to apply for it, you need to have at least 160% rating. It has to add up to, it has to be one condition that is at least 60%. Now let's see what our brother John's talking about. Getting frustrated and yelling at your boss or coworker. Yes. Confession here. Yes, I actually was going across the counter to get to one of my coworkers, and thank God for one of my coworkers that grabbed me and pulled me back. And it wasn't a high point in my life, but he done something that I didn't like, and I was really disrespected by it, and I was going for him, and she pulled me back. Nobody said nothing. And she actually, about a year later, she wrote a statement for me, and I appreciated her for that. And they sent it to the VA as evidence. Now, unemployability. Let's talk about it. Now we're going to go into the requirements. If you have a 60%, one condition is 60%, how to get unemployability, meaning being paid at the 100% rate. Let's talk about it. Now, look at this chart. If you have one rating that's at least 60% or higher, meaning between 60, it's either 60, 70, 80, or 90%. You have one condition. It can't be a combined condition. A veteran is eligible to file a claim for unemployability if one service-connected disability is rated at 60% or higher. Now, understand how this works. And that's why we continue to go over this in the videos. It has to be one condition you're service-connected for. This is unemployability. Now, out of this, you might get either type of unemployability. You could get a temporary IU, or they may give you a TDIU if they consider your condition to be permanent. Okay? And IU is individual unemployability, and TDIU is total disability, individual unemployability, and both of them fall under the banner of unemployability, so that there's no confusion. I hope that, so you're going to still be 60%. Let's say you were 60%. You're going to be 60% paid at 100. You're going to be 70% paid at 100. You're going to be 80% paid at 100. You're going to be 90% paid at 100. If you have a condition that's at least 60%. I hope that clarifies things. Now, these could be conditions like you might be blind, and it might limit your ability to work. Your job may have changed the work setting where they don't make the proper accommodations for you. Uh-oh, Marcy's in the house. Marcy King, hold on, 80% TDIU. Love to you, Marcy. Everybody give a shout out to Marcy. 80%. So what I'm saying, am I correct, Marcy? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Let us know if we're doing it. Let us, you Army, okay. TDIU. Let us know what state you're coming from, Marcy. And let me know if I'm pronouncing it right. That's a little, what's that little pretty dog right there? Oh, look at that pretty dog. Now let's talk about the requirements. If you don't have one condition at 60%, let's see that if you don't have one condition at 60%, but they combine up to at least 70%, now you can use a combined rating to get unemployability too. Let's see how that works. And we're glad to have you here. Please like, if information end up being informative, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Now when we're dealing at and I'm gonna bring my face onto the screen again, let y'all know I am the H-Town vet, that this is not a, what you call them, AI. I am a black man from Houston, Texas, born and raised. I'm down here, and I'm not a country boy, but I'm a Southern man. You understand? So we want to make sure we get this information out, and we thank y'all for being here. We appreciate it. Now let's continue. Now, when it comes to getting unemployability at the 70% rate, it's a little different. Veteran with 2 service-connected disabilities or more, of course, with at least 2 service-connected disabilities are eligible to file a claim for unemployability if at least one of the conditions, disabilities, is rated at 40% or higher. But one has to be at least 40% or higher, and they got to add up to at least 70%. Then you can file. Don't mean you're going to get it. You can file for unemployability. The unemployability part is going to come based on you not being able to work. But this is the basic requirement for you to file for it with these conditions. This is what Yen Dale was talking about. And she just pulled it out without writing. I had to put it all on the chart for it to make sense. Thank y'all for being here. I'm really enjoying this live stream, enjoying having y'all in the house. Now let's see. Now, since we gave the background for unemployability, now we can talk about the last 2 types of 100%. The third type of 100%, we're going to always go back. The first type is a temporary 100%. If those of you just came in, go back and watch the live stream. We're going to break all that down. The second type, after temporary 100%, that you get for like prostate cancer or whatever, knee replacement. Then after temporary 100%, which is a scheduled rating, meaning you have the 100% rate, then there's 100% permanent and total. And we talked about that. And we also talked about how 100% permanent total, they did a report that the Office of Inspector General showing that that's the ones that the VA is calling for reexaminations the most, when they should be doing it for less. So they're doing the opposite. Now, let's talk about the third type of 100%, individual unemployability, which is a type of unemployability. Can't work without risking IU. Now, I know what they say. You can work in a sheltered environment, right? Or you can work below the poverty level. We covered this in one of our videos on TDIU. Please go. We have a live stream and a YouTube video on it also. Now, they're going to schedule you a reevaluation between 3 and 5 years because they believe that your condition is likely to improve, meaning you're going to most likely become employable again. Now, what you need to do once you get to the point that they trying to call you in for an evaluation in a year, you go ahead and get your evidence together. But as soon as you get unemployability, individual unemployability, you need to be getting your evidence, going to a doctor, outside doctors, a specialist, and not just a doctor. Now I'm about to throw something else at you. Get a works person that deals with being a work specialist, saying whether you can work or not. Y'all didn't see that coming, did you? That's right. Let me get on the screen for this one here. Let me get on the screen. Now, when we talk about a work specialist, somebody that specializes, many of you that got your Social Security, this is what you got. You got somebody that they evaluated how you're able to work or not, a specialist. You can get one and you can turn that evidence in with your medical evidence, because remember, the doctor is dealing with only the medical part. If you got a specialist, somebody that deals with you being able to work, and they say this person can't work, a work specialist, I forget the name of them, but you need to find one like that. You hear me? And you need to turn that in with your doctor information. And if the report is not in your favor, don't turn it in. Don't turn nothing in that's against you. Now, let's see what our brother Tony said. You can be approved for extra scheduler TDIU if your disabilities keep you from being I'm gonna read that one once we get to TDIU. I don't want to confuse people. I'll read that one when we get to TDIU. Now let's talk about this here. We talked about individual unemployability. We're gonna move on. Now we're gonna deal with the TDIU question, and we're gonna read our brother Tony's read his comment after this. Now, TDIU, total disability, individual unemployability. We see that a few people in the house, Yi and Dale, I believe that Tony said, a couple of people said they had TDIU. Our other sister said that also. Marcy, yes. TDIU, total disability, individual unemployability, can't work without putting your disability at risk. You can work in a sheltered environment. You can work under the poverty level. But remember, when it comes to a sheltered environment, the VA decides what a sheltered environment is. And they're not following the rules when it comes to 100% permanent total. So you think they're going to follow the rules when it comes to TDUI? Maybe, maybe not. I'm just saying, I just want you to be informed. The condition is static, unchanging. That means static means unchanged, meaning it's permanent. Okay? That is not likely to improve. No scheduled reexamination. That don't mean that they won't give you a reexamination. They saying none are scheduled. Now, let's see what our brother's talking about here, Tony. We got you back. Everybody's participating now. You can be approved for extra scheduler TDIU if your disabilities keep you from being employable. He's put it excellently. I like the way you put it in an excellent manner. Even if your rating don't meet the scheduler rating. This is what they're saying. If you don't meet the schedule rating of 100%, you're paid at the 100%. That's why you saw the man jumping from the 60% to the 100%. He's still 60%, 70% or 80%, but he's paid at the 100% rate. And if you got TDIU, some people say, well, I want to get 100% permanent total. Well, if you're not planning on going back to nobody's job, why are you worrying about it? As long as you got TDIU, that's just like 100% permanent total. It's just the work restrictions for that one. Now, Dale, I got 6% for bilateral factors. It should be at least 8% now. If I get another 10%, I will be at the 100% rate. Now, understand what Yendale is saying. She's not saying she's just 90%. The only way that would work if she's like 94%. Yeah, there are percentages like that. Now there are percentages like, but they average up. So if Yendale is 90 to 94%, they're going to keep at 90%. If her conditions add up to 96%, they're going to round up to 100. You didn't know that, did you? Yes, that VA math is kind of stanky. Now, let's see what my brother John say. I had Voc Rehab expert help me a great deal. Now, I didn't think about that, John. John said, so to get an expert, get a Voc Rehab to help you and document your information, whether you can work or not. That Voc Rehab can be used to help you or can be to hurt you. Most people say they have no problem with it, but be careful. Yandel about to break down. She's always breaking down that law. Yandel, and he not here tonight, but D Law. Now listen, Yandel, I applied for IU, which is individual unemployability. This is a type of 100% IU. It's the temporary version. I applied for IU 1.5 years ago. Now I had a high level review, duty to assist error. The claim is 8 months old. Now let me tell you something. They can keep playing with Yandel, but they're gonna have to give her that back pay. If she's not 100%, they're gonna have to pay her the difference between what her rating is right now and the 100%. Whatever money she's supposed to get and whatever raises take place during that time, they're going to come up off that money. Count the money, count the money. Now, any more statements on that? Anybody got anything else to say about? This is the fourth one. I told you the last two go pretty fast, but we're going to kind of go over something and we're going to recap that. Now, here's the form. I tried to highlight the part. This is the unemployability form. Veterans application for increased compensation based on unemployability. Now, first thing you try to do is get unemployability. You ain't trying to fight for, once you get unemployability, then you can file, which is a temporary one. They may give you TDIU, which is permanent. They might give you 100% permanent. Who knows? But file for unemployability because it's based on your inability to work. You're not able to work, and it is form 21-8940. So this means if you have one condition, at least 60%, and you're not working, it's hard to apply for it while you're working. All right, because how you gonna be unemployable when you're actually working? Then the next one, if you have two conditions, one of them being 40% and they add up to a 70% rating, then you can file for unemployability. I remember Yandel told me, our sister told us an interesting thing. She said she was working in a sheltered environment when she applied for, correct me if I'm wrong, Yandel, that you was working in a sheltered environment and they denied your unemployability because you were working. Because the VA, like I say, they may or may not follow their own rules. Now, let's go on to the next thing here. Now, if I appreciate y'all, I want to thank y'all for showing here. We're going to have a little after party where whatever y'all want to say, if y'all want to talk about anything, let us know. But this part, which I'm going to go back and give me a minute, I'm going to recap something. But people are asking, we do take donations. That's my thing here. Thank you for being here. It's what is that? The dollar sign, the uppercase H, the uppercase T, town, vet with the V being high, north side with the N being high case. Now, here we go. Before we get to the after party, let's see. Let's see what say. That is right. Even the regional office said they never heard of a sheltered work environment. What kind of mess is that? Because these people are inexperienced. They told Yandel that they have never heard of a sheltered work environment. Do you understand why it's important that we go over this? Why we need people like the H-Town vet here to make, and you and Yandel and John and Tony and Marcy. You understand? Dennis. The reason we need y'all here because we're collaborating. There are no VA experts, not even at the VA regional office. Not even, we are the VA experts. Kevin, you understand? Haitian stock guy, my brother. All right. John G, all my people here. Yes, there are no VA experts. Nobody understands your claim like you understand your claim. So we're gonna go back here a second and give me a second. All right, we gonna. Oh, I didn't mean to do it like that. Let me see how I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna do it like this here. Oh, it went farther. Okay, we're gonna do the after party in a second. Give me a second here. I wanna. I'm gonna pull it back to something here. Now, I want to cover 2 slides here. One, this is the one we want to talk about here. So now that we've talked about it, the different types of 100%, IU, which is individual unemployability, temporary 100%, which is a scheduler rating, then TDIU, which is total disability individual unemployability, which is a type of unemployability, and 100% permanent and total, which is a scheduler rating just like 100%, but it's permanent. Now, and if you hadn't had a chance, y'all coming into the room, those who haven't done it already, let us know. This is a scale that I've come up with. I'm going to read Brother Thomas' comment in a second here. This is a scale that I come up with. And this scale says VA disability ranging from 0%, let me say again, VA disability range of percentages. So let's say you have a 0, if you've already answered this, you don't have to. But those of you just coming in here, where are you at? Well, tell us, I'm gonna ask you this here. Tell us where you like to be. You know, and you can let us know if it's where you at. Are you you have a low rating between a 0 and a 20%? Do you have a moderate rating between 30% and 50? Do you have a considerable rating between 60 and 90%? Do you have a high rating? It's high, but it's temporary. Temporary 100% or IU? Or do you have the ultimate rating of 100% permanent and total or TDIU? Let us know. Now let's see what our brother Thomas is saying. The VA has a way of playing games and holding back veterans. There do deserve compensation benefit. That do deserve compensation. That's right. This is true. So let us know where you at, where your goal, where you trying to get to. Let us know. Now, what we're going to do now, we're going to go back and like I say, I'm going to pull up again, let you know I'm here for those just coming in the room. I am the H-Town vet, and we would like to welcome you to this live stream. We've done the complete lesson for the day and information, and part of the lesson is the slideshow, but the other part are the people that's talking in the chat. You need to get this information because they live it every day. Remember, there are no experts. There are no secrets. It's only VA law and the evidence that you have backed up by VA law. Can't nobody help you get no benefits unless you qualify for them. And you need to know how to do that. And here at the H-Town Vet, there ain't no secret room to go into. We're going to put everything out on the table right here. You understand? Now, let's go back to where we was at. We're gonna move back to where we was. Okay, now, like I say, that's my Cash App. Thank you for being here. Now we're gonna go to the after party. Those of you that you got the information you need, that's good. Let's see what Tony talking about. Tony say if you qualify for TDIU, you may be able to be awarded SMCS under certain circumstances. Google is your friend. Look up SMCS. Let us know what that is, Tony. What does that cover? Now we're gonna be at the after party. This is anything you want to talk about, that's within reason. Let us know. The other night we had a wonderful communication. Anything, any veteran information you want to put out there. You want to tell us anything about yourself. Like I said, I'm the H-Town vet. I live here in the Houston area, a suburb of Houston. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. I lived here. My family's been in Texas for 170 years. Before that, my family come from Florida. I'm a descendant of the Seminole Indians, the Black Seminole Indians from Florida, and also it's weird. My family comes from 3 states. They come from Florida. They all touch Georgia. On my other side of my family, they come from Georgia, a place called I want to say Jackson, Georgia. It's about an hour outside of Atlanta. And also I have another part of my family that comes from Alabama. Now, if y'all have anything y'all want to say, has anybody been stationed in Germany here? Has anybody, I think John is in Colorado. Has anybody ever been stationed in Colorado? Who's been stationed in California? Is the cost of living in your area high right now? So anything, that you want to talk about, you have any questions when it comes to VA benefits, put them in the chat. Let us know. Because I have one question to ask y'all that I really want to know. In the state, I think, somebody told us what state they were from. In the state of Florida, do they offer educational benefits for veterans? Like if you're from that state, do they let you go to school for free or your dependents? What about that, Marcy, in your state? Do they do that? Y'all let us know. Do you have any topics that you want to talk about? Let me put that on there. Anything that you want us to discuss in the future. And first, let me ask you this here. Is anybody in here that's retired military? Because we had live stream dealing with retired military. Put a RM in the chat for those that had did 20 years, credible years of service in the military. Are you service connected? Anybody in here new that's service connected or not service connected? Let us know. Are you seeking an increased rating? And what you want? Some of you don't want to stop working. Some of you might just want to get up to about 80, 90% and you're cool. And you want to keep your job. Who in here wants to keep their job and have their percentage? What percentage range is your goal? Let us know that. Let us know what you're looking for. Because remember, you got to ask them for what you want. Now, what 100% had the most evaluations? When that was 2024, I'm going to correct that. That was 100% permanent total or permanent rating. You can be permanent at 70% also. Let me see what the comment is here. Let's see what we got. Who was the guy that asked about the GUARD Act last time? I don't remember. Was it Military Mike? Tell us about it. Do you know about it? Let us know about that GUARD Act. Like I say, the lesson is over, but if y'all want to hang, Yen Dale, I want to ask you, let us know, John, if you know about the GUARD Act. Give us some information on that. Yen Dale, let me ask you this here. Did you get a chance to go over the Texas benefits? And did you know about all the ones for your dependents too? Let's see what Tony's talking about. Let us know if anybody have an answer about that GUARD Act. Now, I have a high rating, but I'm working toward the ultimate rating. Now, let me ask you this here. If you're working toward the ultimate rating for PTSD, you almost make me want to pull something up. Man, I can't, what do I have it at? I can't pull it up right now because, I get scared. I really want to pull something up about the different ratings, especially as they relate to PTSD. But I ain't set up. I want to stay on this here. I don't want to mess up the live. I had it on my, have it on backup next time. Now, when you're dealing, like I said, we talked about, what was that video we did where we walked you how to back the formula. Go look up at our video, the formula. This is what you need to do, Tony. This is important. Watch our video. We have a video and a live stream, and we break down the whole PTSD thing on how to use your evidence, your medical records things that your doctors say about you or whoever, and how to use that and back it up with VA law. You understand? Go look at that. The formula for winning VA claims, VA disability claims. If you want that, especially with PTSD, look at that. And this also works for any condition here. Anybody in here has flat feet. Anybody in here that has arthritis, I would love to know some information about that. If you've had a knee replacement, because I know Tony said he had the prostate cancer, but what conditions, tell us what you learn about your condition. Anybody they have a certain condition for shaving. I don't forget the name, I just can't pronounce it. It's a long medical name, and it tends to affect Black males because our hair is curly and it curls in. Anybody in here that dry shave and you develop that skin condition? So tell us a little bit about SMCS house. Oh, that's housebound. It's housebound. Okay. Tell us something about the other SMCs. You tell them about another SMC. So SMCS is housebound. What is the one when you have 100% and you have 60% and they pay you an extra $400, $500? That's SMC what? Now let's see what Yi and Dale is saying. Benefits of 100% VA disability rating includes 1, 2, 3, 4 total disability affecting compensation and health priorities. Monthly compensation very depends on status. Champ VA healthcare insurance. VA. Now let me explain something about those 100% rating. When you have a temporary rating, I wasn't real clear. Tony said you had the temporary 100% that you don't know. Has anybody ever had a temporary 100%? Were you able to get Champ VA for your dependents? Were you able to get Chapter 35 DEA educational assistance for your kids or your spouse? Let me know when you have a temporary, not the individual unemployability, because you can't get it with individual unemployability. You have to be permanent and total to get Chapter 35 educational insurance Chapter 35 educational assistance or Champ VA healthcare insurance. You can't get it without being permanent and total. That's a requirement. Now let's see what Yi and Dale is saying. Oh, she's continuing. Let me go back. She say, okay. She said VA here. And next word she say healthcare, housing grants, priority group 1, VA healthcare, free healthcare and medications. Now let me explain what priority group 1 is. Somebody tell us in the chat. Priority group 1, what percentage you have to be, at least that percentage to be in priority group 1. What percentage is that? Let us know in the chat. This is the after party. We are trying to drop some knowledge on each other. So what percentage you have to be in priority group 1 and get free healthcare at the VA? You don't have to pay for nothing. The only thing it doesn't cover is one thing. And what's that one thing? And what percentage do you have to be? One medical procedure it does not cover. You have to be paid at the 100% rate to receive. What is that? All right. So let's see. Eligible based on need. Okay. Full concurrent retirement and disability pay. Now listen. To get full retirement and current, meaning you retire military and get you're a disabled veteran, they both at the same place. To get the healthcare insurance, you have to be this percentage. To get your full military retirement and your VA compensation without offset, you got to be this percentage. What percentage is that? That is a 50% rating. If you're 50% or less and get military retirement, they're gonna offset. They're gonna deduct that amount of your VA disability. Yes, indeed. Now she say no offset military retirement once in commissary and exchange privilege. Go ahead, Yandel, put the word out there. Let's see what we got. Chapter 35 educational assistance, DA healthcare benefits. Keep on in the chat. I'm gonna try to look this up. Y'all got me feeling like a soldier now. Let me see, can I do this without messing something up? Because I want to pull this stuff up. Give me a second here. Y'all keep on putting in the chat. We're gonna pull up the next. Here we say, VA considers the following disabilities for special monthly compensation. Read that. Let me see. Keep reading that. Let's see what Tony's talking about here. Let's see what our brother Tony, read that in the chat. And I'm looking for, oh boy, let me see. You can't never find something when you want it, can you? Okay, I think I found it. Okay, I think I found it. Since y'all up in here, I think I found it. Let me see, can I get it pulled up? Okay, let me see, can I pull it up while I'm doing a live? Okay, let's see. Video file, 100%. Now, let me see, can I put, so I may have to pull this one down. I'm gonna pull myself up. Hold on, let me see what I'm doing here. Give me a second. Let's see what Ye and Dale is saying. Let's see what Ye and Dale say right there. I'm trying to pull this video up. Y'all be patient with me. Let me turn some light on up here. It's a little too sultry for me in here. I'm not no late night DJ. Let me get this light on. Y'all keep handling your business, and let me get this set up for you. All right. All right, I got a little light in here. Okay. So let me see, can I pull this down? So apparently it won't let me have more than one presentation up at a time. So give me a moment. And we're going to look at some things because we're talking about this 100% rate. Now let's see what he said. Wow, listen to what he got here. These are my current ratings: 100% temporary prostate cancer, 50% migraines, 40% degenerative disc disease for lumbar spine, 10% radiopathy left leg, okay, 10% radiopathy left leg, and 10% tinnitus. Let's see what our brother said. Our brother say, who changed unnecessary outrage fees to assist veterans with their claim? Now, who charge unnecessary outrageous fees? Now, let me ask you. We ain't gonna call names, but do you consider what the lawyers charge as reasonable? How much do the lawyers? They were saying between 20. That lawyers charge between 20 and what percent? Let us know. Let us know in the chat. Oh, man. Okay, now let me see. Can I remove this? Give me a second here. I'm trying to do some moving this thing over here. I'm gonna have to delete the slideshow that we have so far because I'm trying to pull up another one. Thank y'all for who's just joining us. Please let us know what branch of service you're in and what your state or country you're currently living in. So let me try to pull this up now. See, can I get it up this time? I may not have to take that down, but it looks like a video file does not have a video track. I don't know what they're saying now. I don't know what they're saying. All right. Now who has had, since he's talking about that, who has had a bad experience with somebody helping them with their VA benefits? We're in the after party now. So now what we're being, for those of you just joined us, we're just throwing any questions, anything somebody want to talk about. Let's see what Tony's talking about. I got mentioned 70% for mental health as well. Okay. So once you have a 70% rating for mental health, automatically the next thing that you're going to go to is 100% rating. Now let's see. Can I find a track for another one? Let's see. Oh, I'm in the wrong. Hold on. I got to pull my videos up. See if y'all got any more questions. We're going to put them up on the screen. Then it said denial. What did Tony say? I am 100% temporary and I'm considered priority group 1. Once you at 50% or higher, you are in priority group 1. Now priority group 6, what is it, 5? How many is it, 6? How many priority groups are there? Somebody let us know in the chat. Somebody let us know in the chat. And I'm mad because that thing will not work. Oh, that's something else. That's not even, I'm gonna have to download it over here. Keep up what you're doing. Let us know in the chat. Now, let me ask you this here. Is there anybody in here that when you got your 100%, or when you got at least a 50% rating, that you had to pay for your medication? You know you can go into a certain thing and ask them to forgive you for the medicine that when you had to pay for it and you never paid for it, they will discharge in that. Who had to pay for their medicine and they took it right out of their VA check? Because you know they can't take things out of your VA check. Who did that? Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat. Now I'm looking for that. Now we did the 100%. I told y'all I'm looking for just that 100% rating. We did 100% TDIU. We talked about that. Let me see what's going on in the chat here. Okay. Priority group 1. There you go. Now, is anybody have any claims with the Board of Veteran Appeals? Anybody have any claims that's with the Board of Veteran Appeals? Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat. Now I'm trying to pull up this video so we can talk about it. Now, ultimately, what are you looking for the VA? Are you going to, when you get your 100%, are you just going to just chill? Or you plan on filing for some of these PACT Act or some of these other conditions? Who in here are concerned about filing for other conditions once you got 100% permanent total? Who's concerned about doing that? Who's under the mind that once you get your 100%, you need to go sit down somewhere? Who's under the mind that once you get your 100%, if there's something that they're going to offer you a large sum of money, you need to take advantage of it? Because they can open up other claims if you do that. Let us know. I got all my little business in here. Thank you for those who are joining us. We just said we're in the happy hour part of the broadcast. Tonight we were dealing with our subject, our subject of the night was the top 100%, being a temporary 100%, 100% permanent and total. Now this thing is taking all day now. Now it won't take all day. But temporary 100%, 100% permanent and total, 100%. There's two type of unemployability 100%. The first being IU, which is individual unemployability. So there's two of them that fall under unemployability, IU and TDIU. Now I'm trying to see if I can get this video up because we're going to try to discuss, hopefully, if I can get this to download properly. I want to be able to talk about that. Now, tell me some of the subjects that y'all would like us to talk. D Law is in the house. Hold on. D Law he said no experience with lawyers for SD, no bad experiences with lawyers for SSDI, which is Social Security Disability, or VA. My bad experiences are with the Chicago regional office, which is talking about the VA, because they keep denying appeals and reviews. Let me ask you, is this a common thing? Let me ask you, how many times were y'all denied before you got approved? Let us know. How many times? I was denied at least 4 times. How many times did it take you to get to your current rating for whatever condition? And we're talking about specifically for, let's say, one condition. Did you get it on the first try? Let us know in the chat. Let us know. Hold on. We got Bernie in the house. Look, now that we chilling, there's a whole bunch of people in here. They say, stop showing the slides and show your face. I'm here. So now Kevin got his on the first time. Now, how many of you got your disability the first time out? As soon as you applied for it, you got it. You didn't receive no denials. And did you get it getting out of the military, or it was years later? Because it seems like it's easy to get your benefits right when you're getting out of the military. Let us know in the chat. Now, let me ask you this here. This is a common myth too. Does it tend to, some people say you shouldn't file a whole bunch of claims at one time, that you should file one claim or at one time, a couple, not too many. I don't know if it really matters. What's your opinion on that? Now, let's see what D-Law said. I was denied twice for Social Security Disability and was lowballed with my rating, which I guess he's talking about VA rating, the first time, later years. It took him a while. Now, let's see what our brother Kevin has said. Our brother Kevin is telling us over here that mine was 24 years later. With me, to get my first service connection, on the case that I filed, I was denied around 2004, I guess it was. And I finally got it in 2000, and I got a service connection in 2008. So they went back for 4 years, and they gave me a little back pay. And our brother here saying it was years later. Now, What have any of you seen a mental health doctor? Are you considering filing for mental health? Have you filed for mental health? Let us know. Now, this is another interesting thing. Kevin said, I was not told about VA disability. Now, you saying while you were in the military, Kevin, or once you got, how many years after you got out did you finally learn? How many years before you actually found out about VA disability? I think somebody told me while I was in that, when I tried to apply, they told me I had to wait till I got out. Hold on, I'm sorry, it jumped up. D-Law, make sure you have medical evidence and diagnosis for every illness or injury. If you don't, you will get denied. So you need to have the evidence, and that evidence need to be backed up by VA law. Remember the three things that you have to do. First, the VA going to look to see if you have a diagnosis. They have a checklist. Their checklist is simply composed of three things. If we're breaking it down simple, they're going to check to see if you have a diagnosis. Number one. What's the second thing that the VA going to check? The second thing that the VA is going to check for, to see if you have that diagnosis is connected to your military service. That's called a nexus. Once they have the nexus or connection between your military service and your diagnosis, the third thing that they need to fill out, what is the next thing they got to figure out? Once they say, okay, he or she is service connected, they do have the condition, and you can find that condition on your problems list at the VA. If you haven't went, go to your VA hospital and ask for a copy of your problems list. This is going to be a list of all the things that you're diagnosed with at the VA. So these could be conditions that are service connected. It can be conditions that are not service connected. And if some of your service connected disabilities is not on your problems list at the VA hospital, you need to get them put on there so it's showing that you're getting continual treatment. Now let's see what Kevin say. Kevin said, I found out 24 years later. Kevin say personal statements for each claim. Now, let me tell you the importance of personal statements. When you have personal statements, that's the impactful thing. If you experience military S trauma violation, okay, and for those you don't know, it's military sexual trauma. I just don't like saying it too much. But if you experience something like that, they should be willing to take a statement from you, because most of the time ain't nobody around that's going to be a witness, just the violator. So what's the third thing? Let's see. So you might need a statement. What's the third thing? After you get the diagnosis, we talked about this the other day. Once you get the diagnosis, once you get the what's the second thing? The nexus. What's next? He say no nexus or burden to prove for presumptive illness. Now, remember, when you're going for the nexus, we're talking about evidence-based claims. But when he's talking about presumptive claims, that the burden of showing it connected to your service is not necessary. But right now I'm talking about evidence-based claims. With evidence-based claims, first thing they're going to do is see if you diagnosed with the illness. They can do that at the CMP exam at the VA. Your outside doctor can give you a diagnosis. Okay? Once you got the diagnosis, the next thing, that CMP examiner is going to see where it's connected to your service. Whether you do an outside CMP examiner or you do a DBQ, this is called a disability benefits questionnaire with the VA themselves. Either way, once you do that, what's the next thing they're checking for? They're checking for the level of something. So they say you got it, but how bad it is. What's that called? It begins with an S. Now let's see what Kevin said. It's the S level. What's that called? Now, Kevin says, you can use My Healthy Vet. Now, what can you use My Healthy Vet for, Kevin? Let us know. Now, let's see what Yi and Dale say. If you have 20 files, them at all at once, because you may have to fight 2 to 5 years on the most of them. Listen, let me tell you something. She right. You file them all at one time. What you gonna put? You want to lock in that back payday. You don't want to be playing. File it all at one time. And notate that on your intent to file, because if you file one on your one day, that covers the intent to file. That intent to file is wiped away now. You got to file them all, list them all on your claim the same day. You get that supported claim form and list all of them. This is to be covered under my intent to file, so that they don't do them on different days. Now you have, let's see what D Law said. Like that picture, D Law, you little youngin' now. You can have everything and still be denied or lowball for your rating. So they can lowball you, but this the thing. When you filing your information, you're not doing it at that level. You're doing it for the next level you have to go to. So when the board of veteran appeals see it, say, hold on, the regional office is supposed to do better than this. No, they didn't. This person put all the evidence in one place. That's why I told y'all the formula for filing VA claims that I gave you. You put the law. I mean, you put the law, then your evidence. The law, then your evidence, and this is going to be a powerful way that they can't refute it. You understand? Now let's see what we have here. Let's see. D Law, we missed you earlier, brother. You and Bernie and all of you. Tony, he been holding it down. Our sister Lynn, we got our new Marcy here. Everybody's in the house. It's better to have, this is what D Law is saying, it's better to have a diagnosis before you see the CMP examiner. I haven't never said that. That is a powerful statement. Get your diagnosis of your condition, whether it be PTSD, whether it be Parkinson's disease, prostate cancer, have that. Now, when it comes to mental health diseases, is it true that the VA wants you to go into them to get a diagnosis, even though you have one? They want you to have their doctor say that you got PTSD. Now, let's see what Bernie's talking about. Bernie say here tonight, there was a veteran I worked with who was struggling at work. He had a bad discharge and was scared to apply for VA benefits. I tried to get him to apply. Well, especially now, they're making it easier because the secretary of the VA or whatever said that they saying people with bad discharge that they should be able to get help. They should be able to try to get an upgrade. Now, if they've been to jail, they got programs called what? Veteran Court. Now you go to them and they help you, especially people that had bad discharges or been incarcerated, things like that. You need to go. They have Veteran Court in almost every state that I saw. I don't know how many, but a lot of them. Now let's see what Kevin talking about here. Our brother Kevin. Kevin said, what? Problems list. That's right. Get that problems list. Tony said it. Severity level. He said it. Severity level. That's right. Let me tell you something. The diagnosis gets you in the door. All right, gets you in the door. Excuse me. I'm at home back in the South, so sometimes I don't articulate the language. I'm back home where I love and I'm at. So excuse me for my Southern drawl. The diagnosis gets you in the door. Service connected gets you right there where you're sitting down. You're a part of the team now. Severity level, the higher the severity level, the more money they're going to pay you. If you have a 0%, that means that it's not very severe. It's not affecting your ability to work. You understand? Now, my brother finally came in. I'm going to get to you, D-Law. This man has always praised this, my brother, Hamza. I can't say Boz, always doing some good things and on my channel, always encouraging me. And I appreciate you. All right. I don't know if you're male or female, but thank you. Now let's see what our brother's saying. I ain't gonna get too much into it, Bernie. Some veterans don't want the hassle with the VA. That's why I stayed away for so long. Now let's see. He never told anyone he was in the military. The Army wrote him up for as a conscientious objector. Now, hopefully I can get this thing to work this time. Forgive me here. We're going to see if we got to read that chat. Let me see if I can get this video pulled up. Maybe they won't let me do it while I'm live streaming. I don't know, but I'm going to try again. All right, let's see. It might say video chat. Okay, I was able to pull it up, y'all. Let's see what happens. All right, let me see if I got here.
Hello, I am the H-Town vet.
Oh, Lord, I pulled it up. I want to mute it. Hold on, see, can I mute it? I want to pull it up because it's the video where I'm actually talking. So hopefully I can play it without the sound. Now look, now here's the thing, y'all. I thank God I was able to pull it up on the fly. Now this is the one we did. Let's see what our brother's talking about here. On 100%, the benefits, so get ready for it. Now our brother say, I want all the smoke with the VA. Let's go. Let's do it. We're going to get informed. And we got new people here like Tony. Our brother Tony been spitting hot fire. You understand? I've been approved. Now, this is what I want you to understand about these. I'm going to pull myself off the screen for a minute. I want you to understand about benefits. They accumulate. The benefits accumulate as you go up high. Just when you get 100%, you didn't get certain benefits at 100%. You only got the ones at the 100% rate. But if that's your first rating, you'll think that at 100%, this is what you get. I'm gonna explain how it works. All right, we're gonna talk about this 100% stuff. Those who won't stay, y'all staying for the after party. Y'all getting more of the show. Now, let me ask you this here. VR, tell them what that is, brother. Tell them what that is. That's what is that? Veteran Ready and Employment. That's a new name for Voc Rehab. He got approved for it. And he said, me too, Tony. Our brother Kevin said. Now, this is what I want you to understand about how VA benefits work. If you're 100% permanent total or 100% TDIU, now let's just say 100% permanent total, not to confuse things. If you are 100% permanent and total, you automatically get the benefits from 0 to 90%. We've actually did a live stream and a video about the benefits. This is the only channel. This is the only person, the H-Town vet, that give you the benefits from 0 to 100%. Did we do the live stream or not, D-Law? Didn't we do it? We covered everything. Not even the VA give you these benefits on their website. There's disorganized and confusing. The H-Town vet broke it down because I was confused by the process. So remember that ratings accumulate. Once you get let's say you start off with a 0% rating, then next thing is a 30% rating. You automatically get the 0, 10, and 20% benefits. Once you get at that 30% rating, they accumulate, they build up. You understand? This is what I need you to understand. Tony telling us what it is. It's readiness and employment. Tony letting us know what it is. That is veteran ready. That's veteran readiness and employment. This is what do you call it? This is Voc Rehab. What year did they change their name, y'all? When did vocational rehab change their name? Was it the last couple of years ago? When did this happen? Now, this is what I'm talking about right here. If you want from start to finish, you want to know every benefit from 0 to 100%, this is the most complete video without breaking it up into smaller videos. We cover 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100%. All the benefits that come at those rates. They'll tell you right here at the H-Town Vet. Nowhere else that you can go that you can find something like this here. All right. My background, I was a teacher, So that's why I'm able to organize things like that. And I wanted to know these things. I was tired of bits of information. We don't need bits. Oh, I'm gonna give you a little bit, then you come back tomorrow and I'm gonna give you a little bit more. Now we laying it out because people trying to win their claims. We can't be piecemealing. We got to give you the information. Now, remember that. Let's see what our brothers say right here. It's designed to confuse you. It's about the money and benefit because they get bonuses. I feel, do they get bonuses for denying claims? See, unless you understand the way the VA and how it works, everything that you think you understand will only confuse you. They are there to save money. They say that they're to help the veterans, but it seems like we doing all our fighting on our own, right? So yes, this is scheduler ratings. What you see on the screen right now, this is scheduler ratings. Either you're 0, 10, 20, all the way up to 100%. These are considered scheduler ratings. Huh? Now, if you 60 paid at 100, that is what you call what? Based on unemployability. Now, we talked about this. We talked about the 4 types of 100%. We just breaking down because today we talking about, right now, since we got the extra time, people hanging in there, I'm going to hang in, definitely day bonus. Now, this is what I was bringing up earlier. It don't matter what type of 100% you got. Now, let's go back to those 100%. Hold on. Those wasn't here earlier. Either you have, there's 2 that are scheduler, temporary 100% and 100% permanent total, meaning you actually are at that percentage. With the temporary, it's only for about a year or so. With the 100% permanent total, there's no future exam scheduled. Remember the trick word. Now, there's 2 types of unemployability. There's TDIU and IU. IU means individual unemployability, and it's temporary. And then there's TDIU, which is total disability individual unemployability, which is permanent. We're repeating these things for a reason. So it gets that. How do we learn in the military? Through repetition. Now, remember this. No matter what type of 100% you got, you're going to all be paid the same thing. It's not how much you're getting paid. It's how much protection you have with the different 100%. There are different protections and different benefits that are not compensation benefits. You understand? Now, let's talk about it. And it's tax-free money. Remember that. Let me put his last statement up. He said, definitely they get those bonuses. They do at that regional office. And a lot of people that's working there are inexperienced. That's why, and remember something, if you're at the 100% rate, there are time limits, okay? For file for insurance, there used to be a time limit for the disabled veteran life insurance. It isn't anymore because they changed over from SDVI to VA Life, okay? Now listen, for your children to go to school when you're 100% permanent total, TDIU permanent total, there's time limits. So you need to make sure they go to school by a certain time, because once they go over a certain age and they say they want to go out there and find themselves and they want to have fun and they want to drop it like it's hot, then they come back to you trying to pick it up like it's cold, but you tell them it's too late. You had a certain time period to use Chapter 35 educational benefits. You had a certain time to use the CHAMP VA healthcare. So you need to know there's time limits to sign up, especially make sure your spouses sign up. Now, remember, a lot of these benefits, sign up for the student loan forgiveness. Don't wait around on that. And make sure you don't go to default on your student loans, because once you're 100%, even IU, individual unemployability, you can waive the loan. You understand? So y'all need to do that. Now, here we go. Here are the benefits. You see? I want y'all to look at that for a second. When you're 100% TDIU, 100% permanent total, these are the benefits. Who has used these benefits? Let me know, has anybody had their student loans discharged? I'm gonna give you a second to read that. Now, here we go. Space age travel, military fights. Has anybody taken a military fight using a VA card? Because it seemed like they made it difficult for us to be able to do that. This is at the 100% level. Let us know in the chat. And for those of you who are just joining us, I am the H-Town vet, and we'd like to welcome you to this live stream. We're in the after party. We've already covered the main subject for tonight. Okay? Now we're going on talking about the benefits for 100% permanent and total disability. Let's get into it. Now, there's 8. Space age travel, military fights, necessary dental care. Remember what I said earlier, that when you're 50%, yeah, your health care is free, but they don't give you dental at 50%. You don't get dental until you get 100%. Am I right? Now, student loan discharge, base privilege ID card. That's for you. That's for you and your dependents. SSDVI life insurance waiver. They don't offer the program no more, but if you got it, you get the waiver. Okay? Now, if you change over to VA Life, you lose the waiver. What does the waiver do? They pay for your premium. You don't have to pay for it. And you can borrow against it. It's a whole life policy. What's next? Champ VA dependent health care. What's after that? Dependent educational assistance, otherwise known as Chapter 35. I'm gonna have to look into Chapter 31. Somebody asked about it. Then the last one, if you are a spouse of a veteran that dies of a service-connected disability, all right, that you qualify and they're paid at the 100% rate. Somebody say it's less than that, but I know at the 100% rate. It's called DIC insurance, dependency indemnity compensation. It's about $1,600 a month. You don't get the veteran's full check. Now, it's also if they have dependents, dependent children, they get a certain amount for that too. It ain't but so much, but they'll be able to still get the Champ VA healthcare, dependent educational assistance, and other things. I think the space age travel also. Now, but with the so these are the 8 things you get at 100% permanent total rating or TDIU 100%. Now let's see what Tony said. Chapter 31 is voc rehab. Okay, see, you finally told me. So that answers the question that you don't get paid because chapter 31 is voc rehab, so the VA paying for it. Now, what things do they cover under chapter 31 veteran readiness and employment? Do they cover, I heard they cover your books, pencils. Won't they give you a laptop and other things? That's what I heard. Let us know in the chat. Now let's go on here. We're going to continue to, like I say, the one that's critical is that loan discharge. But when it comes to the Champ VA, most of the benefits at this level are for the dependents, to be honest with you. Once you get 100% permanent total, this is not for IU. Here we go, necessary dental care. All right, necessary dental care. This does not, so you don't have to pay for it at the VA or if they send you outside. If you go to an outside doctor with community care, yes, you can get, I got up to $10,000 worth of dental work outside the VA, and the VA covered it all, and it was nice. The only work I had problems with was the work at the VA because they like doing the implants themselves, but everything else outside was wonderful. Now let's see. Now look what Kevin said. Kevin said you can get paid with Chapter 31. How much they pay, Kevin? Let us know about that paper, baby. Let us know what's up there. Now, Tony said, yes, all of those things and plus more subsidies pay. So they give you, I didn't know they pay you too. Now, do they pay for the schooling and give you money? Let us know what the deal is. Has anybody, they ever tried to mess with your VA disability based on going to voc rehab? Let us know that too in the chat. Now, does anyone receive clothing allowance from the VA? Now, you can get clothing allowance at a 0% rating. All you have to be is service connected, and your service connected disability. Let's say you wearing a brace and it rips your clothing, or you have a cream that you put on your neck and it destroys your certs. Substance, okay. Joe is in the house. Joe, I missed you, my brother. Where my brother been? Hold on, I skipped Joe. Let me see what Joe said here. Joe said, yes, books, lab fees, computers, anything needed for the program. So if you want to get a degree or something, or you want to get a training, the VA will pay for it. Look, my brother Almighty is in the house. Evan, I used my GI Bill, can still be used with the what do you call it? The Veteran Readiness Employment, formerly known as voc rehab. But dental care, it doesn't cover teeth whitening or any cosmetic things. Okay. Now let's see yes, schooling and housing. Now tell me about the housing. How they pay for housing? Tell me about that. I want to know more. See, this after party, I told you the after party is going to be off the chain. Now, let's see what Kevin said. They pay you a monthly stipend. Now, does it vary, or is it a certain amount every month? And you don't mind telling us, Kevin, just what the general amount is. We're not trying to get into your pockets, bro. But we knows it a little bit. Huh? Let us know what kind of money they give you. $1,000, $50? What I ain't saying you, but in general. I got here late. My bad. Don't worry about that, Joe. You here. Because guess what? We here, there's more people here now than during the first part of the broadcast. Now, Kevin, if you have any GI Bill benefits left, you can get up to $3,250. It depends. Wow. That's why I love the after party, because y'all telling me all kind of stuff. Here come Tony trying to tell you something, Evan. Yes, you can. And if you still have 1 day left on your GI Bill, you can receive BHA at the GI Bill amount. Now, what's BHA is? I forgot. BHA, I think I've heard of it before. Yes, for knee brace. Yeah, you can get if you got a knee brace, you can get what they call it, the clothing allowance. And I think what day of the first time you sign up, you have to do it the first, I forget what month it was. Was it August? Now, do you see what the VA experts said? See, this is the VA experts here. Ain't no, but what y'all talking about that guy on the roof smoking a cigar? You was talking about somebody in the basement with a cowboy hat on? The experts are here. You are the expert. This is a veteran support group. Okay, without GI Bill, you can get $786 per month for housing. Wow. And let's see, Kevin say they help. And BHA is housing allowance through voc rehab. I didn't know that. Tell me more. Now, let's see what Kevin say. Also, if you have dependents. Now you tell me they gonna pay you for they pay you for dependents too. Kevin, you taking the game too far now, man. You went too far. How you bringing dependents into this? So the first benefit out of the 8 is dental care that you get at the VA. That you get when you're 100% permanent total. You can get it under unemployability too, but we just talking about permanent total. Go to the VA clinic at the VA hospital. You can get treatment there. I tend not to like to go there. And you can also, let's see what he has. Like I say, you can get dental care, teeth cleaning, cavities filled, or you can go to community care. Whoever used the community care when it comes to dental, who's went outside of the VA and did community care? It might have been for dental or some other type of thing. I had a medical procedure performed outside the VA here at Memorial Hermann Hospital. And I had a wonderful time. Let me tell you, you say this man crazy talking about he had a wonderful time at the hospital. They asked me, check this out. You know they slick because they know the VA paying for it. They said, H-Town vet, you know, I'm just telling you I'm H-Town vet. They say, sir, would you like to have your own room? Because, you know, they cost more. I say, yes, I would. They gave me my own private room both times because when they did the first time, they weren't able to do the procedure. So I had to come back. I had my own room both times. Did you hear what I'm saying? I was living large, you hear me? I had that French ice cream, that French ice. I love that French ice, baby. I love it. They can help you with ACL. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm about to get to it in a minute. Let's see. They can help you with your getting a loan to get the something, he said. Now look at Yandel. She going to take you right there. She got the website. I don't know how she does it, but I thank God that she's a part of our veteran community here. And she live in Texas, y'all. So she she got to be all right. But shout out to everybody else that live in other places. I'm trying to get as many as y'all if I can to get here to move to Texas. I know it's hot. If you can deal with the heat, you can deal with Texas. Now, here we go. Let's see what Kevin say. They help you get your car fixed. Hold on. Never heard of that before. Somebody tell me what's going on here. I told you who the VA experts are. They're in this room. We are a think tank. We are working together. Anybody that's just coming to this room, you're in the right place. We're in the what they call it, the after party, where we're going to talk and we share information. Where else can you go where you got all these knowledgeable veterans because they experienced it? They have their personal testimonials. They're telling you what they know, not what they heard from somebody. We speak on what we know. Now let's see here's another site from Dale Yen. She keep bringing them. What DJ Collar say? Another one. Here's how to apply for Voc Rehab. She got the website right there. All you got to do is come back and play this video. This is amazing that there are more people here doing the aftershock. This is why we have to be interactive. Now, I thought y'all be tired of hearing my voice. Kevin said, but it depends on your counselor too. We have another situation here. Okay. So if you have a bad counselor, they may not be willing to help you as much. Fire them and get another one. I don't know if it's just like having a VSO that ain't working with you, or a lawyer, or even your significant other. If they ain't doing right, I ain't gonna say fire them, because I'm not gonna snuggle up with you if it don't go right. So I'm not gonna say get rid of them. I remember what my grandmother used to say, baby, I didn't put y'all together, and I'm not gonna be the one that break y'all up. My big mama died. Whew, it's been some years, almost 20 years now, but I never forget her wisdom that she taught me. Now, the big mama is another name for grandmother in the South. All right, now check this out. Kevin said, if you're 10%, you can apply. This is great. This is great. This is great. Now, anything else about Voc Rehab that y'all haven't told us about, because y'all keeping these secrets. Y'all starting to act like that man on the roof with that cigar. I didn't know about all this. Y'all teaching me something. You're not my bus driver, but you sure taking me to school, and I appreciate it. Huh? Let us know more, please. Let us know more. Now let's see what we got here. Let me see if I can pull two of them up at the same time. Oh, it let me pull two videos up, y'all. So I'm able to switch back to the other one too. Now let's continue. Let me make sure I got all the comments. Oh, Kevin said something else. Hold on. They helped me to get my bachelor's degree. Let me ask you this here. If you're using Voc Rehab, veterans, the readiness thing, and you have the GI Bill, or what y'all have, y'all forming the GI Bill, I was under the old one. Do you get both of them, or they give you one of them? Or is there offset? Let us know in the chat, Kevin, because you were saying a little bit, because some of y'all talking about you can get up to 3,000 and some a month, or is that a year? Let us know about that. That's some big paper, man. Now, let's see what Tony said. I'm getting ready to start college at the University of Arkansas for a bachelor's degree in graphic design through Veteran Readiness and Employment, or Voc Rehab. Now, that's great. He said you can use both. Man, please, young people, if you're a young veteran, you need to be informed. You need to be informed on these issues. If you are a current military, you need to take the information and our experiences here as our community at the H-Town Vet. You need to take this information so you can be prepared, like many of us was not before we got out of the military. This will save you and make you money. Huh? Now, let's see what we got here. We're moving on this here. See what Joe talking about. Our brother Joe. Joe said you can use the GI Bill, then Veterans Ready and Employment, or Voc Rehab, GI Bill and Voc Rehab. I'm gonna just use Voc Rehab. If you have 1 day left on your GI Bill and get up to $3,000 a month. See, that's them time limits. Now, to get the dental, you have to qualify. All right, remember that. Everything's about qualifying that's good information, Joe. I'm glad you came in. What are the qualifications? You have a service-connected disability of 100% P&T, or you have total disability based on individual unemployability, or based on unemployability, or it could be TDIU. I don't know about a temporary 100%. Let me know if you have a temporary 100%, can you get dental work? That I don't know. Now, so we deal with the dental care and the qualifications for the dental care. This $3,000 is blowing my mind. That's amazing. I just didn't know that. Now tell me more about the card. Okay, and also we have commissary. You can also get commissary, and you get this brown ID card, the veteran. And if you look, you can barely tell, but right next to the left side of his face, it said definite. That's what you want to get on your card. Indefinite. INDEF. That's permanent. That's a permanent card, and you can keep that for the rest of your life. You ain't got to go and get it updated. Look what Kevin say. Knowledge is power. Now, 100% P&T disability rating privilege card, and this is permanent, and they have it abbreviated. So this is the second benefit. First one is dental, okay? When you permanent total, TDIU, permanent total, 100% permanent total, scheduler, okay? Now, that's right. Knowledge is power, Kevin, because, the people perish because of a lack of knowledge. It's not because they're not good people. It's because they don't know. When you know better, you'll do better. I'm not trying to be too preachy, but we trying to get the knowledge out there, because we because of time limits, we didn't know. Now the other one, here's the dependent ID card. They're going to have who the sponsor is, which is you. In this case, it's Mr. John Doe, and this is their child. And it has the rank of the sponsor. Remember something. So the ID card, remember something. When you're dealing with the ID card, this is a privilege card. It can be lost. So I told my daughter, when you go on that base, you be careful you take people with you, because you can lose your privileges, and whatever your dependent does on the base, you're responsible for paying for it. Did you know that? Now look what Tony say. Tony, you must have been listening to me for a while. As you say, Google is your friend. Yeah, definitely. I got that from my brother. I ain't gonna say I'm the first one come. One of my YouTube brothers, he told me about that. So I don't take credit for what other people do. I quote them, but I get a lot of knowledge sharing with people. That's why I learned how to talk to people. But the problem is, let me get on the screen for a minute so I can break this down to you. Let me get you on. Let me get to break this down. So the problem I've tried to help veterans, and they get mad at me after I help them, or they don't want me helping other veterans. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't feel like we got to keep these benefits secret. If I can help somebody, I'm gonna help as many people as I can. You understand? Now, and remember, Google is your friend, and we veterans here at the H-Town Vet, we're your brothers and your sisters. I'm the brother, not the sister. Now, that's right. I can help everybody. You can help everybody. I ain't got to be limited. Like it's got to be something special. We here. Whoever just came in the room, we here to help all y'all. This is the after party. All right. And they're putting out, if you look in the chat, they're putting out powerful information about vocational rehab. Now, here's the other one. We're going to get to number 3, the third benefit for 100% permanent total rating, whether that be TDIU or Schedule 100%. Now, let's see what our brother Tony said. I filed for all of my benefits and disabilities without assistance. That's amazing. We need you to come around more, Tony, because we want you to share your information. We, many times, because we're isolated to ourselves, we are a different type of people because we're disabled veterans. We don't always have people we can communicate with. So this is our purpose. This is part of our life, to help other veterans get this information, because this has been the problem. I walked through that VA hundreds of times, couldn't find no information to help me with my benefits. Finally, I ran into another veteran who started breaking it down to me. Then I ran into another veteran. I got in some of the support groups. They gave me information. Now let's go on to what our brother said here. He said, I learned everything through research and lots of YouTube videos. See, I used to make bad decisions when it came to the VA, but then I got knowledge. You understand? That's what Tony's talking about here. This is incredible, Tony. Hey, no cap. Let me get on screen so you can see me. No cap. I'm enjoying this. I had to move my computer out the family room to my bedroom because my daughter said I've been too much laughing and I'm having too much fun. She said I'd be cutting up in here. So I had to move because her room right next to the wall, and she working. She doing this accounting intern, and I'm proud of my baby. My daughter skipped a grade in high school, and she about to skip two years, about 1 or 2 years of college. She's 21 years old, about to have her master's degree. But I told her it's not just how good you do in school, it's how well you decide. The greatest decision you're going to make is the quality of man that you pick. You understand? The job is secondary. But the greatest decision a woman will make is the quality of man she has in her life. It don't matter how good a job she has. If she got a bad man, he's going to bring her down. A man's first thing, the greatest thing a man need to do is his purpose in life. Then the woman second. Because if you ain't got no money, you ain't gonna keep the woman around for long. Did you hear what I said? Romance without finance ain't gonna last long. Now, if I'm lying, you let me know. Now, let's see what our brother said here. That says you can help those who are in need. Well, you helping them right now. Me too. Somebody said, me too, Tony. Then we got they game is two. Yeah. Okay. He's saying preach. Let me tell you something, Kevin. We're not gonna sell you no wood nickels here. For those of you who don't know, that's a Southern term. We ain't trying to give you nothing phony. We're not gaslighting you. All right. We're not trying to give you clickbait. Huh? Ain't no cap here. You understand? Ain't no gurus. We ain't trying to get you in no secret room. So you come over here, we gonna give you the magic potion. Nah, we gonna give you the real over here. Let me tell you something. I have no sons, I have no brothers, and I have no nephews. I have only nieces, a daughter, and a sister. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I am an individual that can't do nothing but talk straight, because what I say could have a negative effect on the women that are in my life. All my elders are gone now, pretty much, and I'm by myself. I miss them because they were my rock. Now I got to be the responsible one. So let me stop preaching. All right. Now, in addition to my VA disability, my Social Security retirement starts this October. It's like icing on the cake. Let me ask you this here about that, Tony. Why didn't you file for Social Security disability? Wouldn't you got more? Or did you file for Social Security disability? Or you wait until you turn 62 or 67 just to get your full disability? Why did you wait if you waited, brother? Let us know in the chat. Because some people, when I turned 62, right now I'm 55. When I turn 62, that's when I'm gonna file for it. You know, I didn't file for it with Social Security disability yet. But I'm just asking, why? Just let us know in the chat. Now we're on number 3, benefits at 100% rating. The third one is student loan discharge. Now understand something, y'all. I had a student loan for over $32,000. I'm about 33. Because I didn't let it go into default, I was able to get that thing discharged. And they usually put it in your paperwork. Now understand this here. We talked about 3 benefits: dental care when you at a 100% rate. We're talking about 100% permanent total, but we're talking about 100% permanent total right now. Dental care, ID card. Now we on student loan discharge. Let's keep it rolling. Now I'm gonna pull this back up. And while we're doing that, I'm gonna read some of the chat. Now, remember, student loan debt is a real thing. But let's say, in addition to my VA disability, my Social Security retirement starts October 1st. Oh, he said that already. I read it already. I filed for Social Security disability, was denied, and didn't try again. I did the same thing. I applied for it and just gave up on it. I said, I'll wait till I would be 62 in August. Yeah, I'm gonna be 62 in about 6 years. 6-7 years, but I'm gonna get it then. Yin Dale is still in the house. Yin Dale is still in the house. Let's see what she's talking about. Find a VA accredited representative or VSO, and you search on their query. So these are people that the VA approve of. A VSO equal false. She's giving you the website. Now let me ask you this here. We talked about that. How many of you? How y'all feel about? We talk about this from time to time. Veterans who charge individual veterans that are not VSOs, don't work with any, that's not a lawyer, that help veterans with their claims, but they want part of your back pay. I'll tell you my opinion. If you sign a paper and they help you with your benefits, should be no problem as long as they tell you the process. And I get it whether you win or lose. Well, they telling you up front. But my problem is, when they're telling you they guarantee and stuff, ain't no guarantees in life. The only two things I'm guaranteed, I'm gonna be black and I'm gonna die. That's the only two things I'm guaranteed in life. So ain't no guarantees. Watch anybody trying to give you guarantees. Now, student loan. Who in here still had a student loan? They trying to get it waived. Let us know in the chat. Good information. Good information. I'm amazed at y'all. So now, understand this here. This is not just federal student loans, state student loans. Let me give you a story. I had a state student loan, but I paid it off. When I tried to go get it discharged, I was able to get the federal loan for about $33,000 discharged, but my loan for the state one, they didn't give me the money back. You understand? If you're on any of your children's student loan, this is some good information now. If you have your children have student loans, your name is on it, and you're 100%, they loans can get discharged too. Let me explain. Because your name on it, it can get discharged. I had one of my veteran brothers. His daughter went to medical school. I think his name was Trevino, but he was a Vietnam veteran. You know, he's 20 years older than me. And I was telling him about the loan discharge. He say, "What about for my daughters? She went to medical school, and I got this big loan." I said, "You 100% permanent total?" "Yeah, man." He went and got it, and they had to pay him back $15,000. Huh? You know, yeah, because he got that loan for his daughter. It didn't cover everything. See, because she had the chapter, what do you call it, the chapter 35 DA benefits, but you know, medical school is expensive. So if you have any student loans, your children have any student loans with your name on them, you could possibly get those discharged too. That's why that's why we had the happy hour, huh? Now let's see what's being said here. So like I said, these are state and federal loans that you can get discharged if you're 100% unemployability, and you need to, I'm gonna show you the form in a second here. Now, this is what Tony, I learned how to file my own claims because I spoke with several VSOs that acted like they really didn't care. I've been there too. No one cares more about you than about your claim than you. Now here, I can't say that. Now, let me correct myself. I went to a few people and they were trying to talk down to me like, "You want my help, you gonna do what I say." I'm like, "Man, you ain't gonna be handling me like that." I don't say nothing to him. I just keep it moving. Then I got this man, he worked for the American Legion. He got me from 0 to 100% permanent total. And my knowledge also played a part. But this man was the real thing. I ain't never gonna forget this man. He retired now, but that man was with me through all my problems, ups and downs, and I appreciate him. But I did, as I got knowledgeable, did a lot of it on my own. Let's see what Kevin say. Me, I'm trying to get my student loans, I guess, discharged. Real talk, Tony. All right. Dale Yen say, as long as you are under full retirement age and your date last insured hasn't passed, you can get Social Security disability insurance long after you retire. Retirement age is 66.5 or 67, depending on your birthday. Yeah, I ain't gonna wait on that because I might be dead by then. I'm gonna get mine at 62, but you get the full retirement, like she say, at that age group. Y'all think they're gonna change the age for getting Social Security to get your full Social Security disability? You think they're gonna change it? Let us know in the chat. Now look, it rolls over to retirement without you having to do anything. So it turns from Social Security disability to retirement. Now, Kevin, to some real talk, I wish I had a VSO. Now, let's see what keep coming with the chat. We're doing good. Now, remember, you want to make sure if you have these student loans, you fill out the proper paperwork to get them discharged. Let's see. Now, here we go. Make sure you're not in default. make sure that because you can't get them discharged if your student loans are in default. Let's see. Oh, Justin in the house. Who is this Justin is? Hello, H-Town vet. I did like Tony. I did like Tony. I am 64 at permanent total. Did it with help from people like you, H. Thank you. Hey, I want to say I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate y'all being here. I put a lot of stuff together, got a lot of stuff to make sure that we at the H-Town Vet put out quality videos, quality information, and there are other people doing it too. Now, thank you, and you're welcome. Now, let's see, default. Be careful with them defaults on the loans. Now, thank you for that. And we got to keep it going. And if you haven't, if you find this informative, subscribe. Now, here's some of the requirements. Now, the requirements to get that loan discharge: have a service-connected disability that's 100% permanent total, or total disability based on individual unemployability. All right, these are the ways you can get your student loan discharged. Those are the requirements there. And if you're coming in the room, let us know your branch of service and what country you're currently living in or state. Let us know. We still want to know for the new people just showing up. Now, how did you do it, Dave? You say you wish you had a VSO. So who did you use? Now, here's the form. Let us know in the chat. These are the forms you need. One is your VL summary of benefits letter, because you don't want to give stuff that have all your personal information. That's why this summary of benefits letter, we have a video about the summary of benefits letter. We break it all the way down. Justin say the U.S. Navy. Okay, Navy, U.S. What part of U.S.? What state you live in, brother? Sorry that I put it like that. Let us know. Now, this application, this is the first page of it. The student loan discharge. Here you go right here. And they got different things. And you I don't know if they're going to have your doctor, if you have a representative, they can do it. Let's see what my brother talking about. Tony, what you talking about over here? Tony says, hate to go, but I need to. Good night, everyone. And thank you for your service, brother and sisters. Brothers and sisters. Thank you for all you do, H-Town Vet. Thank you. I'm not going to stop doing this. As long as y'all keep giving me information, I keep learning new things from y'all. Remember, ain't no experts. I'm knowledgeable, but guess what? I'm not an expert. We together are the experts. Huh? That's why we created this forum. So he say, just say here in that North Kakalaki, North Carolina. I hear you, Justin. I hear you. I lived in Virginia for 6 years. Justin say, thank you, H-Town Vets. You're welcome. You're welcome, Justin. We're here to uplift each other, not to take each other down. Because we as veterans, we are like in our own little echo chamber. So it's hard sometimes for us to relate, especially once you've been in the military, to other people. Sometimes we have problems relating to in the civilian world with our family members, to other people, job settings. That's why we need a place to go where we can feel comfortable. That's what we're trying to create here at the H-Town Vet, huh? Now let's see what's going on. Those are the forms. You need to make sure on that award letter, when it say combined service connected evaluation, that it says 100% or unpaid at 100% rate unemployability, and the date that you became service connected. That's what they're going to be looking for. Now look what Yin Dale say. Texas let me tell you, she know what she talking about. TVC, Texas Veteran Commission, just like what we were talking about last night. That's why we want some of y'all to come here to Texas. Texas got some of the greatest benefits. Watch our last live stream and our video about the 20 veteran and dependent 20 Texas veteran and dependent benefits. We broke them down. You understand? We went to town last night. She giving you a list over here. The Texas Veteran Commission helps veterans. They kind of deal with the Hazelwood Act. They give a lot of information on that. And the Veteran Land Board. You can buy land here in Texas. You can get a home loan. You can be this is all on the Veteran Land Board. You can also get buried here in a cemetery, a state cemetery. Get all that. You understand? But now we're talking about the waiver. This is the application for the waiver. Thank you, Dale. Let's see. Look what just say. We can't. We have to help each other. You so right. And you know how you can help me? If you get a chance, Justin, subscribe. You see how I plugged my little channel in there? You see I did that? Huh? and spread the word, y'all. Get the word out there. This is really important. Now let's see what else. We on this benefit now. And let's see what else. I'm gonna put the website up for a second. Please like, share, and subscribe. I really would appreciate that here at H-Town. Now, here's the waiver. This is the confusion. Now, you can't do any waivers anymore after 2022 because they don't have SDVI life insurance anymore. But those that have SDVI life insurance, you can have the waiver if you have a new service connection or something. And right now, like that means you may have a premium for, let's say your premium $40, $50. The VA paying for it, but with the new VA life, they don't pay. Now, hold on. This is what I need to know. Yandel say Social Security disability ticket to work. Choose work, SSD, SSA, library fact sheet. I need to know this. Look, have y'all ever logged into your Social Security to find out what you're going to be getting and all that? I need to log into my Social Security to see when I do get it, what it'll be. So next one, number 4, is the waiver. So if you have a policy, this life insurance policy, it's locked in now. It's a $10,000 policy. And you had 2 years back in the day, but that's changed because they don't use this SDVI anymore. But you had 2 years to do it, and you have to have a new service connection if it's past the 2 years. So this is disabled veteran insurance. That's what SDVI. Now here we go, talking about the MAC flights. If you're on these MAC flights, they kind of made it hard. Now about 2019 or so, they passed a law where disabled veterans can catch MAC flights. At first, it was just a disabled veteran. Okay. Now it's the disabled veteran, and follow me on this here, and the spouses. Somebody let me know if they did it for the children. Let's see what Evan Almighty talking about. He buy that Bitcoin with my extra money. I hear you. Ain't nothing wrong. Who else have used Bitcoin or any type of electronic currency? Let us know in the chat. Now, these MAC flights are for the continental U.S., of course. You let us know in the chat. Here are the requirements. DOD ID card and honorary discharge. So you got a DOD ID card when you 100% permanent total or whatever, a TDIU permanent total. Total disability based on individual unemployability. Have a service-connected disability that is 100% permanent total, dependence of a 100% permanent total veteran. Now listen, they told me they don't even check the card. So if you have a temporary one, they may not check it. But if they check it on the way back, you might get stuck. So be careful with that. Make sure it says permanent on there. Now, let's see what's going on here. So when you're catching these MAC flights, there are certain requirements. There's certain amount of luggage you can take. If you take more luggage, you may have to pay for extra. You're gonna be sitting on a big military plane, and you could get bumped. Now remember that when you on these flights, that because you're at the lowest. Now here's some of the destinations. Okay, now look at that. It's called the Space Age Travel Act. Look it up. If you're a disabled veteran, make sure you have your ID card if you're 100% disabled veteran or TDIU. Military flights that travel to the continental U.S. or directly to the U.S. Virgin Islands, American Samoa, Puerto Rico, Alaska, Hawaii, and Guam. Heck, you can get to Guam and take a flight to China or something, to Asia, because you know, and probably get a good deal. It gets you halfway there. Now, here's what we talked about earlier. Now that we are going on the last 3 benefits now. Okay, so this one here is dependency, indemnity, and compensation. It's a monthly payment right now of this year, at the time of this video, of $1,612.75. $1,612.75. Now I'm gonna tell you the key to getting this. It also makes the dependent eligible for other things. Guess what they're eligible for? A VA home loan if you're getting this benefit. Did you know that? Your dependents can get that. Now, I don't know if they remarry, what happens. So these are things. Now we're about to talk about the last 2, CHAMP VA and Chapter 35 educational. And y'all give us what you want. We almost done here. I really enjoyed that y'all spend time with us. We're gonna do these last 2. Y'all this is my most popular video, of course. Now, this is what the CHAMP VA card looks like. And this is health insurance. And it's usually not, it don't cost you. Who in here have used CHAMP VA? It's not for the veteran, but for the veteran's dependents. And that's what the card, you get that and while they're young. And once they get of a certain age, for example, once they start going to college at age 18, they got to show verification that they're still in school. And get that CHAMP VA book too. Now let's see what our brother's saying. He said he buys silver. Who else use buy electronic stuff as far as that? I buy silver. If you have it in your hand, you own it. That's right. Don't have no digital nothing. Tell them give you your silver and gold in your hand. I need to know more about CHAMP VA. Okay, we're gonna definitely that booklet right there. You see that booklet on the screen, Justin? There you go, right there. Dependence Educational System Program, DEA. All right, they got many. I did a video on chapter on this one, chapter 35, but not on CHAMP VA. I'm gonna eventually do a video. It's kind of more complicated to do one on that, but I did a video on this one also. You can watch a video specifically on DEA chapter 35 educational. So much more enjoyable when we see. Let me pull my face back up. Hold on. Let me get y'all bring that up. I'm here. How I'm gonna do this here? I know I had it where I'm gonna do it like this here. Can you see me now? So that I can get the information. See, can I move this thing around some? I'm gonna keep it in. So we here. Can you see me? Let me know if I'm visible. Enjoying that. Yes, sir, Brother Jay. Here, I'm in the house. I have to be careful. My lady friend might be looking to see if I have some woman laying in the bed back there. I don't want to cause no problems, huh? Now, okay, that's good. Now, here, when it comes to this here, chapter 35, the only thing that the children can't take is correspondence courses, okay? They can't take correspondence courses. The spouse can. And let's say the spouse is going to school under chapter 35 and they divorce the veteran or the veteran divorced them, 12 midnight, the night of the divorce, they lose the benefit. Okay? Now, any last shout outs here? Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. I'm going to put my little last screen back up. Hold on. Let me add this one to the string. I want y'all to give y'all last shout outs. Let us know. Okay? And remember, as we said, these are the 4 types of 100% right there. There go the four types of 100%. Yeah, look, they putting out good information. Look here. Family care. Y'all need to look for this caregiver because you can put money in the family's pocket. Thank you. Okay. Well, like I said, there go. Here's if y'all ever want to donate and help out, we appreciate it. Either way, we here for you. Here's our Cash App. Oh, I might take my picture down for a second. Here's the Cash App. Check that out if you ever want to do it. Now let me go back to what we was looking at, and we're gonna get a last shout outs here. There we go, 100% there. We did that thing. Hold on, here go Champ. You said you want more information about Champ VA. Somebody in it said that. You said that, Justin. Here you go. When you dealing with Yendell, she gonna have all that. Look at what it says right there. And Champ VA. Caregiver, all that information. John said, thank you, H-Town Vet. Let's see what John said. He said good night. He says good night. John say good night. Glad you joined us. I want to say good night from the H-Town Vet. Yendell still dropping that hot knowledge. Dependence Educational System. She can put the website right here where you can go get more information on that and watch our video as a guide. Yes. Come on now. That's why I enjoy having all of y'all in here. And when y'all can show up, because I know y'all have a life also. That's why I try to do it at different times. So I want to thank y'all for joining us. And any last shout outs, because we're about to close out the broadcast. We want to thank you for joining us, and we hope to have a super one next time. You hear me? We're going to keep dropping this hot knowledge, and y'all keep bringing it, because y'all keep me on my game. You understand? And I thank y'all for everything. We've been there over 3 hours. What I'm going to do with y'all? Look what he say. Very informative. Get the word out. Get more people to this live stream so they can bring us more knowledge about their personal experience. And what we going to do, let me get back on the screen. What we going to do, we going to continue to learn from each other by sharing this information. James say have a good one. You have a good one too, James. We thank you. All right. Thank you so much. What ideas y'all have for us doing in the future? What would y'all like us to do? What topics would you like us to cover? Let us know in the chat. James say thumbs up. Peace out, brother. Until we meet again. Because we're going to be doing this until as long as we got breath in our body. So this concludes this live stream from the H-Town Vet. And we want to thank you for joining us. And we want y'all all to have a blessed and wonderful night. Goodbye.